today because I was having a great time hanging out with my nephew who came by on his way out to do some vacationing with his beautiful new wife. And I can tell you, as a proud uncle, I could not be happier for him because, the woman you end up marrying will make or break you. That is a fact. Probably the most important choice a man will ever make in their life is who they marry. And you don't want to rush into it. You want to make sure you're marrying somebody that's on the same page as you are. Like, well, I'm not saying that, interreligious marriages can't work and stuff like that because it can. It's just so much easier for everybody involved if you just marry somebody that has the same belief system as you do. You know, it really is. And the same goes for gaming. She likes to play board games and stuff. And everyone in my wife's family likes that. So, it's like, of course, that's important. So, share the same religious beliefs. They both enjoy the same kind of hobbies. I mean, right there, you know, right there, you've got the recipe for success already. Really, they both want a lot of children. They're both professionals. I mean, she's got her advanced degree in, I don't even remember what she said it was, but it sounded like an actual science. And of course, he's an engineer and nuclear technician. So just so proud of them, Like they come by, they hang out. It's just like, man, it's so nice to see young people just, you can't pick up the phone. Why? I don't understand. I mean, you could just join and tell me. Oh, you're saying I didn't pick up the phone. Then why aren't you joining to tell me what in the hell you wanted? Right? I mean, you could be on here hanging out with your bro. You could be talking about things, doing stuff. Yeah, I don't pick up my phone. Sometimes that's true because sometimes I'll just take it out of my pocket and I'll put it somewhere. Like I'll lay it down because, say, I've been in the car for like 8 freaking hours and I'm tired. And I'll come in and I lay it down. And then, unfortunately, I'll kind of forget where I even laid it down. And then people will call, but my ringer is not like super aggressive. So sometimes I don't, which is why it's always better to text. And, I'll try to get back to you. And plus, you, Hungar, you know that if I'm getting back to you, it's going to be on a video chat because I like to see my brother's smiley face. You know, I don't like talking on the phone with you. I want to see your face and I want to be like, what is up, my brother from the same mother? That sort of thing. So like I said, plug your computer in, stop being a douche nozzle, and jump in and chat with me. And then we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Maybe I'll just make fun of you or something. I don't know. You never know with me, right? It's like we might have a great time, or I might just spend the whole time cracking on, uh, something about you. We might talk about, you know, the dumpster we found you behind, or I might ask you what you want for Christmas. Though, if you ask for Christmas present from me, you have to realize you ain't getting it until January. So, sounds to me like my brother just dropped in the bitch and left. Can't say I'm super surprised, honestly. It's like he dropped in to be like, you never answer your phone, and then left. It's like, well, damn, dude. Not cool. If you wanted to talk to me so freaking bad, here I am. Mm. He's probably out driving around buying stuff that he shouldn't eat in the first place. Wolfing down a bunch of in case you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I'm putting these on bases. I don't think these are necessary in any way, but they oh, look at that. He is in chat. It didn't pop up. So I get to look at freaking the satanic version of Saint Nicholas. So, are you going to talk or what? Or not? Let's see if he comes back. Let's see if he'll come back. See, now I heard a beep letting me know.
I was having the technical difficulties, you dumbass. Sitting there talking shit about me for minutes while I'm sitting in the green room because you are too sorry to pick up your damn phone. You send me a message on Messenger and I call you immediately and you just don't even bother answering. Dick move, dude. Dick.
I didn't even hear the messenger go off.
You sent me a message. I called you immediately on Messenger while you were looking at your damn Messenger, and you're just like, yeah, fuck this dude.
No, that's not true because I didn't hear Messenger go off.
Such a boomer, man.
Crafting Gamer, how you doing, my good man?
What up, TCG?
Dude, I busted my ass yesterday and cleaned up the hobby room.
Yeah, why didn't you respond to any of the text messages asking about game?
Because everyone knew, and Jax knew that we were going to be hosting Jared and his new wife.
Let's see. Everybody knew, so Jax knew that you're going to be hosting this new one, but me and BRC didn't know, so we were asking about game, and you're like, yeah, fuck those guys too, because they don't matter. It's Jax and the Monsters game.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to say that, but what's up, Dan Roy? I wasn't really gonna come right out and just say that, but
I see. I am like unloved. Though I'm feeling unloved, nigga. I am feeling like I cannot feel the love tonight.
Dude, I Do you need me to sing you Love Gravy?
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Oh, I thought you were going to do the Adele thing.
No,
That
fuck
song
that.
cracks me up because it's like, hello, I know I screwed you over and broke your heart, but I'm calling
Hello,
and
I'm
you
a
don't
dirty
answer the
butt.
phone. And it's
I'm a
like, of
dirty
course you
butt
don't answer the
whore.
phone. You're a whore. He's moved on, man. You broke his heart and tore him apart, and now you're calling to be like, hello
Hello
from
from
the
the
other
other
side.
side. And I'm like, goodbye. I'm happy with my bride.
And the dude's like, yeah, whatever.
She's a dirty
Bear's in the,
butthole.
Get out of here. How you
Ah,
doing?
Bear's in
Timmy.
the
Yeah.
chat.
Huh?
Bear's a
Bear's,
bear.
he's in the background.
Okay.
XH.
Thank you. For some reason, he
Uh,
didn't either.
For some reason, James is such a boomer. He doesn't know when people are sitting in the back room listening to him talk shit about him.
Look, I am sitting here working on stuff, okay?
I was in the back room. Me and young Master Gregory sitting here laughing about James talking shit right about me. It's like he probably just came in and said hi and bitched at me and left the whole stream. I'm sitting here in the back room like, what a freaking dork.
Dork.
Yeah, dork.
Yeah, that's not.
It
Dork
rhymes with
from
it rhymes with
the Latin Dorcus Maximus.
it
Yeah,
rhymes with
that's not a
sport.
bear. I mean, you know.
Dork rhymes with
Meaning
sport. You know that thing
big
that you had
asshole.
to eat with in school because they couldn't trust you with a fork.
So anyway, what's up, gentlemen? Other than the brotherly love,
James refuses to answer phone calls or lets us know when game is canceled and stuff because we're not the important people, me and BRC.
Bad move,
holy fuck!
James. Bad move.
Seriously, did you get fresh tampons today, Hungar? Because you kind of sound like you're on your period.
No, I'm just tired of being ignored and then getting guilt tripped to be on YouTube all the time. He won't answer my calls, but then he'll send me messages. Like he sent me a Facebook message. So I immediately called him on Facebook Messenger. I was like, hey, what's up, brother? Just want to talk to you, and he ignores it while he's sitting there on Facebook.
Would you two like to get like counseling or something? I have a friend who's a marriage counselor, could help you out.
Would you like to shut the fuck up, Bear?
Get your pussy in order there.
With your bald Canadian ass.
That reminds me of that. Wow, that really kicked up a notch, didn't it?
I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, I had a Vietnamese coffee this morning. Played some board games with the kids before they left. We're babysitting Nyla again.
Scissor kick you in the back of the head, old man.
Jesus Christ, what's going on here today? It's so angry.
And Nyla is, of course, my nephew's cat.
Oh, that's nice of you.
But since his wife's dog is being babysat by her family, and then we're taking the cat, which we've babysat it before. It's a really good cat. And they're going on like a week-long cruise to, I don't know where, but.
That makes no sense to me. He's in the Navy. He gets all the cruises he wants.
Yeah, but he's in a tube underwater. He don't get to see anything. And they don't let you drink or gamble. And you don't get to put in the ports because the boat he's on is like super top secret. So you go out for 6 months and hide and play hide and seek, and then you come home.
They don't legally let you drink and gamble, but you know that shit's happening.
No, not in the new Navy, man. It's not like the old days where it was like down Periscope and everybody was having a great time on the submarines. They're really strict and professional now.
Hey, James, thanks for buying the Final Age primer.
Thank you. I wish I had your email.
Why?
I was going to send you a birthday present or a Christmas present.
You can always reach me at zenithcomics@gmail.com.
Well, I wish you would send that in a private message.
I'm going to send it on the Discordies to you. How about that? It's in every one of my YouTube channels. But that's
I know, but I'm terrible and I'll forget.
Hang on. Sending
I
it
got
to
to
you
look
right
at.
now. I sent you the PDF for it, by the way, since you bought the print.
Oh well, thank you.
So you can go look at the. You can
I
read
got
it.
to look at Doc's new game, which is a
Oh, yeah.
Dice 6 pull-based game. It's pretty cool. I liked it. I mean, you two and your ability to just write. I'm so envious, really. You know.
So I'm in the middle of doing the full Final Age right now. I need to take a break because I've been working on it for like 3 days straight, and I think it's going to be fucking tight. I showed you the cover already, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Final Age? I thought you just came out with.
So Final Age is my first thing I published for D&D, which is this, and it's basically a post-apocalyptic fantasy setting in where there was like a Tolkienish or even vanilla D&D Grey Hockey, Eberron, Forgotten Realms type society. And then this event happened, and no one knows how long ago it was. That's how dark everything got. It's called the Fall. And all that everyone knows for sure is, regardless of how the fall happened, society, like demons, started running across the world. Society was destroyed, all that. And then at one point, about I think 200-300 years ago, these Holy Templars came out of nowhere and fought what is called the Scourge, which is the evil. And they created the Holy Dominion, and they basically started pushing back the Scourge. Problem is, they blamed the non-humans and magic users for creating the Scourge, and they being the source of the Scourge, since arcane magic can attract it. Well, so they basically are now on a crusade against all those people. And the setting's really interesting. I've got like a full fucking world for you to play in. And you don't go out at night if you can avoid it. Towns and cities are all usually like half a day away from each other. So you're always in the light because the Scourge can't function in the daylight. All the cities are walled, and they have wards on the walls, and like they start ringing bells at 3 hours before dusk, 1 to 2 hours, 1 hour. And these are called the hell bells because they're just warning you, get the fuck back inside, because once we close the doors, we're fucking closed. You know what I mean? Yeah. And players,
for business, good sirs.
And the whole idea of there being adventurers is like taboo because adventurers cause problems. So there's this whole thing. It's like the National Geographic Society. It's called the Explorers Society. And there are people who are like, their pretense is, we're exploring the old world. We're finding remnants and ruins from the pre-fall civilization. But they're just fucking adventurers, right? They're just out there causing shit. And it's really fun. And it's darker. It uses 5e. I've got rules for a bunch of stuff like possession, more zombie, like what we think of as zombies than what D&D treats zombies like. The dwarves, awesome. You'd love the fucking dwarves, Hungar, because they're right up your alley. There's only one dwarven mine left, and it's called Blood Axe Hall. And there's an abyss, like there's a rend to the darkness, and they are constantly fighting non-stop, day and night, at the edge of the abyss, so much so that their ancient rivalry with the Giantkin is gone, and they're now allies fighting every day. So if you want to play a dwarf, you have to roll on the random injury table, because that is the injury that took you from the front lines, because you didn't die, you lived, but you're wounded. And now dwarves are sent out into the world to trade mithril and stuff like that, and see if they can find lost dwarven enclaves and holds. What pisses off a lot of people is female dwarves are not allowed to fight. There's a secret location where they hide the females to basically preserve the race, right? So like if a chick wants to play a dwarf, the rest of the dwarves are going to see her as like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why do you not care about your people? Like, why are you not just going where you're supposed to be and making babies so we can survive? You know what I mean?
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You definitely, it's right up your alley.
Well, you can get it on drive-through pretty cheap, and I know you play 5e.
Yeah, the
primer's an overview, right? I'm working on the full book, which is looking like it's going to be about 100 to maybe even 200 pages when it's done.
I'm going to wait for the full book. My D&D game Friday went really good, and I've been talking to my DM because he's a new DM, helping him out, and he's like, man, I wish I could have an idea for an adventure. So I was like, okay, here you go. Simple, easy, and it's great for the players. While they're out on a quest for the town, have a group of doppelgangers show up in the town that looks just like them and raise hell. So when they come back to their main base, everybody's like, what the hell were you doing? Why were you raiding and starting fights and stealing and shit? And he just pulled that off, and he's like, oh my God, this is such a great idea. It's going to be so much fun. And he's replacing people into town with the doppelgangers to mess with the players, which that was his own idea. Like
Well,
the
the
town.
players must have pissed someone off pretty bad.
Well,
For
there's a
them to
main
send
bad guy.
doppelgangers in just to F with them,
There's a main bad guy who's been starting shit since the beginning of the campaign.
Right.
But yeah, he's been doing really good. And our players have been, 4 weeks ago, last month, he actually ended up calling the game like before 5-10 minutes after we started because a bunch of the girls were just like running their mouth and not paying attention. He was like, you know what? Screw this shit. I got better things to do. Games canceled. Shut off Discord, shut down the world, and went home. And since then, everybody's been like, yep, time to play the game. Shut up.
Nice.
Well, we were going to do the thing last night as you thought, but we had the family visit. We had to do a lot of stuff to get the cat settled in, and then we just played games and hung out. And now they're gone, and
Hey, it's all good. You had family in the town, and I know that, the nephew is one of the coolest people we know.
yeah. I'm a fan, and
We've got pretty cool nephews.
I'm especially a fan of his new wife. She's super cool.
We've got 2 really cool nephews, and then one who's a tard.
Well, I mean,
Michigan.
we got a couple that are tarded, but the one nephew apparently put a ring on that girl's finger in Venice or Naples. Because for their whatever, he took her to Italy for like 2 weeks.
I'm talking about our nephew that lives in
down the boot, and then in Naples they were at some ancient Roman bullshit, and he busted out a ring and was like,
I'm talking about this stupid nephew that lives in Michigan.
Oh, that guy's retarded. But we've got the other stupid nephew that just vanished.
Yeah.
And like no one's heard from him in forever. He's probably a meth head out in Crystal River or something.
Well, it gets its name for a reason. Crystal.
Yeah. But yeah, that drives. I mean, it messed me up because the whole time we were driving there, all I kept thinking in my mind is I'm going to Jackson. So it was just nonstop Johnny Cash. All the way there.
We got married in a fever.
Yeah,
hotter than a pepper sprout.
Well,
We've been talking about Jackson ever since the fire went out. There you go.
Jackson.
I imagine, like back in the day, Jackson must have been a hell of a place to get a whole song written about it.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're singing about the Jackson in Georgia or some other Jackson. I tell you what, Georgia is a wild state. Now, Florida, granted, is pretty wild, right?
Florida's the Australia of America.
Right. But where we were in Georgia, every couple, however many miles on I-75, there is a gigantic Confederate battle banner flying. And I mean, like, you know how some American car lots have those flags that are like 100 feet by whatever, like that big. And it's right off the side of the highway. So you can't help but see it. You know what I mean?
What up, Doc?
It's a flamenco. It's Doc Flamenco. He likes to dance in pink. He's Doc Flamenco.
Hey, sounds like I'm just propaganda to me,
Bear. A very manly color until someone decided it wasn't.
Early 1900s. It used to be pink for boys and blue for girls, and then somehow it fucking flipped.
Yeah, back in the day, dudes used to wear high heels and shit too, though. and lace.
Bitch, you still wear high heels and you know it.
Only on Friday night.
They're platform shoes. It's a totally different thing.
You are the most terrifying of all lot lizards, Haas.
You know what, Bear? Like I said earlier, like I said a few minutes ago, Bear, you can shut the fuck up with your bald Canadian ass.
How about you have yourself a nice tall drink and shut the fuck up? How you about that today? I pour you
about
for you.
nations and shit and hair.
Yeah, why you gotta bring Canada into it, fuck stick?
I mean, they got enough issues without you.
Keep your fuck stick on the
We really do. One of the biggest issues is living next door to you assholes. Oh my god.
sorry for that.
Canada's got.
One of your guys that's here is on Twitter as I can't remember what the fuck his name is, and he keeps making memes and attaching me in them, and they're always like the darkest shit we say on here. So I have to be really nice from now on because I'm like people on X must think I'm a fucking Nazi or something at this point. So
Okay, check this out. Canada's got the best wall in the world. It's called America. you know.
That's how we look at you too. We're like, oh yeah, thank God for that wall.
Whoever's doing whatever with that's purposeful because it's like you are either the most centrist or leftist dude on this panel.
I've always said I'm center left, right?
Right. I mean, you've never lied about it. It's like so. But anywho,
far alt right.
You're so fucking right. You're left, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm starting to get around to the other side of the horseshoe. Hey,
No.
what's his name did? The gay Mexican Nazi had a whole thing about how
Fuck
much
that guy.
Hold on. He had a whole thing about how much he loves Stalin. And I'm like, so wait a minute. You start out like being pro this guy, and now all of a sudden you're pro that guy.
But that doesn't really track for him because if there's one thing the Soviets loved, it was Asians and black people. And they wanted to get as many of them as possible into the country to prove that their system was better than America so that they could like look at our powerful, well-adjusted, educated black people compared to your terrible capitalist ghettos. You know, they really wanted that a lot. So like there was a priority for Africans and Black Americans and Caribbeans who wanted to defect during the Cold War to the Soviet Union. They'd give them preferential treatment to get them in, and they'd set them up nice because they wanted to prove to the West that the West were a bunch of fucking racists. So Fuentes has proven once again he's full of shit, he's an idiot, and he talks out his ass. And that's the problem with that fucking guy. And the problem is he presents himself just well enough that people like Andrew Tate, they think he's smart. He's not. He's a fucking troll.
I love black chicks and Asian.
Shut the fuck up.
But
I love Asian and black chicks. Does that mean I like Russia?
When I was in Korea, there was a girl who's Asian descent, but she was Russian. She used to get furious when people mistook her for a Korean.
Well, I mean,
I'm not saying individual Russians weren't racist fucks.
On the other side of the Altai Mountains.
Oh, I read an article about recently about some black women who moved to Moscow because to get away from evil, dirty America, and apparently they're treating her like absolute.
Yeah,
dog
they
shit
beat
over
her
there.
ass.
Oh, no, modern Russians treat black people like shit.
Well,
Modern, like contemporary Russians, they're horrible. They're very racist.
She didn't get in trouble for being black. She got in trouble for leaving her bullshit out in the hall of the apartment building, which apparently is you just don't do it.
No, you
and
do
the
not.
Russian woman come over and was bitching about why are you leaving all this shit out here? And she, of course, being American, wanted to run her mouth, and violence ensued. Because that's how shit goes down when you're living in a commie block in Moscow, like the whole Russian way of life for the most part now in those commie blocks is you don't want anyone to know you and you don't want to know anyone. You don't want to interfere with anyone or be interfered with.
Yeah. My experience of Russians is never push things to the point of confrontation with them.
They're not afraid.
That is just the stupidest thing you can do.
So the number one thing Russians respect is strength.
Yeah.
And if strength means putting a fucking pool cue through your head, well, that's what's going to fucking happen. Because
the Russians are crazy. They're not to like dig their own graves and stab themselves in the back 8 times.
Yeah, I remember that story. But But anyway, Defiance TV show starts with the Jacksons. So
Yeah, it starts with him and the girl in the car singing Jackson. It was a good show. I liked Defiance. It was a good show.
the best made for TV series I've seen in probably a long time, and I'm going to go ahead and discount True Detective or whatever season 1.
True Detectives.
Yeah, I'm going to discount that one because we all know that is the best series ever made. Season 1 was probably Strigoi.
True Detective, is that on HBO Max?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch
Strigoi is
that
about
tonight.
these vampires that are actually like worms that infect people. And it follows like this old Jewish guy that's figured out a way to take the Strig blood and make himself live longer, and an SS Nazi guy that was the leader of the camp the old Jewish guy was in. And then they end up in New York, and the vampires take over New York, right? So New York has, quarantined, and like it's pretty. Yeah, that's what happens, Daryl. It was really good. Like all the actors in it were good. Like it was an interesting take on the whole vampire thing. Like they had blood farms. Oh, I mean the strain. Oh, thank you, Just Passerby. You're right. In the strain, they didn't call them vampires. They called them Strigoi. Because it started in Russia, right? Yeah. Like in the Eastern Front or some shit. And it was really cool. Like their tongue will come out and like stab you, and that's how you get infected. And so more Russian than, and they're not sexy, glittery, shining in the sun vampires, with Eurotrash bullshit. These things are monsters. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got this little group of resistance fighters that are trying to kill them all. And it was a pretty good season. I liked it quite a bit. But anyway, yeah. I went on Lulu and I found your thing and I ordered it, and it'll be here whenever. And
the funniest shit.
Doc played in a Final Age campaign, and he learned, like the rest of them, to fear the thing called the Ghost Storm, even though they caused like 4 of them in that fucking campaign.
Yeah, you were saying they just kept bringing down the powers.
Well, what happens is basically if you're out at night and you're using arcane magic, every time you cast a spell, there's a chance you'll trigger a Ghost Storm, right?
I saw something funny.
That was a great campaign
on Instagram, bro, about vampires, but they replaced the Twilight vampires with juggalos. So he's standing there in the woods, and they see the sparkle. And she's like, "Oh, you're sparkling." He's like, "That's dandruff."
All right, thank you for sharing. Now I want to hear what Bear was saying,
which hopefully did not in any way involve juggalos.
Twilight.
So after their ghost storms, what were you going to say?
So when a ghost storm happens, it's a green lightning storm that comes, and everywhere the lightning strikes, and you have to there's a table for rolling how many strikes there are and all that, how many strikes per hour and things like that. Things happen. You have to remember, this is a world that's had tens of thousands of years of civilization. So you could be standing on an old battlefield and not even know it. So the lightning strikes and suddenly undead soldiers are crawling out of the ground to kill you. On a really bad roll, a rift will open up and a death knight will come out and immediately head towards the closest civilization unless you get in its way, and then it'll just fucking try and kill you as it does that. People fall through portals, it's crazy shit. Banshees will come fucking whipping out and all this. And they were all like, yeah, ghost storms suck. Then they dealt with their first one. They're like, oh, fuck no, ghost storms are the worst ever. Never do that again. And then they had 3 more happen in the campaign. It was like a mad dash to find a cave where they could put a ward against the entrance so they wouldn't be attacked all night.
Yeah,
that sounds like a barrel of fun.
The Savage Swords games are my favorite campaign settings that you ran.
Coco says it was Marco.
Yeah.
Coco's blaming Marco.
It was Marco. Yes, it was. It was Marco. Thank you, Coco, for throwing Marco under the bus. It was Marco.
And he kept being like, "Oh, it'll probably be fine. It's a little spell."
Yeah, it sounds like a hoot. Hanging
It's
out,
probably
Death Knight,
fine. Just a little storm, right?
It's just a little spell. It's not gonna do nothing.
Surprise, Death Knight.
Surprise!
Welcome to the suck, bitch.
I
Ghost
can
storm,
so in
cunt.
my brain see like the green storm coming in and then the lightning hitting and like a horde of zombies just digging out of the ground like freaking Evil Dead 3 or some shit.
I was thinking
And
thriller.
you're just like,
Hey,
yeah, I'm out. I'm out here. Catch you guys later.
yeah, I was
Remember,
thinking.
you don't have to be the fastest guy in a group. You just got to be faster than someone else.
It's like when I go walking in the woods, I carry a little 32 with me in case of bear attacks. And because I can shoot somebody in the knee and casually walk away while the bear's eating his ass.
Another thing I really liked about this setting, it's like the way it's set up, you can do like the crossover things without it seeming like campy and ham-fisted, which is what usually happens when you do that in those games. Like when you bring in like I remember we tried mixing Gamma World and D&D a couple times.
That's great.
We were playing that, and it's like it was because it was in the book. We're like, oh, let's try that. But it was always came out very stupid. But it's like it's built into Final Age really well to do stuff like that without it seeming out of
RPG Dad's like
Merlin the Paladin was actually from Boot Hill. Not entirely. He had been a wizard in D&D and somehow got sucked through a portal into Boot Hill. And then when they finally got him back, he had become like the sheriff of a town in Arizona or something. So he had 2 6-shooters, Colt 45s, and a cowboy hat. And then he had one of the other mages that was on the circle in Greyhawk, to enchant the pistols so that they would just never run out of ammo.
RPG Dad says, I cast fire. Oh, shit, ghost storm.
Yeah, I guess. Like, just don't cast anything. I got a new video I'm getting ready to upload. It's very short. It's Hyperborea and why the CIA and the FBI don't want you to play this game.
Just a little clickbaity.
Yeah, just a little. But you all know the reason already, though.
Because it's true.
If you play this game, you might start questioning the serpent people thing, and that could totally wreck everything, because the last thing the serpent people want is for humans to know that they're there.
That's why you use a little foil.
David Icke.
Who's that guy who pushes it? Yeah, and the thing is, he was like a serious scholar at one point. And I don't know if he had a nervous breakdown
at one point.
Oh, is that what he was doing?
He was beloved on the radio, calling soccer matches, doing his thing.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking of somebody else.
One day,
there's some guy who was
wrote a big book about serpent people and how the Queen of England might, in fact, be a serpent person.
Are we talking about fucking David Icke?
Yeah. And then, for some reason, his book sold really, really well.
Have you read it?
No.
That's the scary fucking part. I like I told you this before. I used to listen to Art Bell and David Icke. I'm like, this fucking guy's a weirdo, and they'd be talking about them, the lizard guy, whatever. And then my buddy was like, I'm really like, have you looked into David Icke? I'm like, the lizard guy? Fuck no. And then I watched his 10-hour fucking Wembley Stadium live show. And I spent the entire time going, this would be funny. And then I watched it, I'm like, all right. He's just talking about the normal shit. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Yep, that's exactly how my propaganda works. Yep, that's how the governments do things. Yeah. And then there are lizards. And I'm like, what? Wait, how can you be so right about everything else? And then that fucking weirdness comes in. And then I'm like, God damn it, is he right about the lizards? Like, that scares me more than anything else,
Well,
now stick with me here, lizard man.
David Icke was going to give a speech in Canada, and a bunch of people freaked out and
It
made
was in
it where he wasn't
Vancouver.
allowed
It was
to
a bunch of
give his
it was a bunch of guys who were pretending, not pretending. They were Jewish guys who were pretending he was a anti-Semitic, which was really stupid.
Well.
And they were all proud of themselves for it. There was a fucking documentary I watched about it where afterwards, after they got his show banned, they went out for drinks and they were like, "Gentlemen, to evil, ha ha ha!" Like they were so clever, these fucks. You know, it's like, you know, instead of reacting to bullshit people say, why don't you actually research his stuff? And the whole hook was because he, like so many others, had fallen for the Elder Protocols of Zion or whatever, is the Protocols of the Elder Zionists, or that fucking fake Rosicrucian made bullshit document that claims to be the master plan for Zionist rule of the world, and it turned out it was horseshit.
Yeah.
Well, everybody fell for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the longest time, it was really pushed hard by the Russian secret police under the Tsar. Yeah. But at the time, the Tsar was also fighting for his life against a predominantly Jewish communist party. So, I mean, they were going at it pretty hard with the propaganda and stuff. The only thing I'll say about the minutes of the whatever is I have read it, and while I'm not going to say that it's an actual historical document, I will say whoever wrote it kind of had a pretty slick idea of how shit was going to go. Because a lot of it seems like it happened exactly the way they said it was.
What they did was they basically did what the most dangerous stuff is, right? It's like 30% truth. So that 30% truth rings so true. The other 70% is like, well, yeah, it must be because this is true. So they're which is the problem with David fucking Icke. Because 50% of what he says, you go, yep, that's absolutely how that shit works. Yep, he talks about like what he calls the totalitarian two-step and the problem the Hegelian dialectic, the problem reaction solution. You know what I mean? Like all this type of stuff. And then he tells you that they're doing this because they're fucking lizard people from the 8th dimension who feed on your negative emotions and psychic vampires. And you're just like,
electroids from the 8th dimension.
Well, exactly. Actually, he said they're from the 7th dimension. I can't remember what it is. It's electroids from the 10th
Elvis
dimension.
was one of them because supposedly they've got like footage on camera of Elvis losing control and becoming a serpent man or something for a second.
I just hope that he's full of shit. I'm just going to say that I hope he's full of shit as much as I hope the Mormons are wrong.
You know what the problem with David Icke is he's created a story that can't be proven negative, because until we like go into every single cave system and root around, he can be like, we just haven't found them yet.
Well, that's the first and biggest flag with any story, is that it's unfalsifiable. That is the first thing to look for.
You know, I mean, I think it would be falsifiable, but like I said, you would have to crawl through every cave and do some weird test to everyone he ever claimed was one of these people. And, you know, it's like, now, is it hilarious? Yes. And there is a part of me that sometimes thinks, wouldn't it be neat if over the millions and millions of years that the dinosaurs were around, if maybe some of them had started developing, you know, basic civilization? They'd probably be of the raptor type, you know.
You know, James, I think of that, and when you say that, I think of the Mario Brothers movie.
Right. So, I mean, that would be neat because, and this is probably anti-church doctrine, and I apologize to any priest that hears me, but the Earth, they say, we'll assume, is 4.2 billion years, right? So there's no way that it took
Oh, you're muted.
Your sound's out, man.
Your sound's out.
I don't think that it's realistic to think that the Earth literally took 4.1 billion years for life to start being a thing.
Well, no, life formed very quickly after the Earth cooled, but the problem is it was all single cell shit up until very recently. In
Yeah, that's what they
geologic
say.
terms.
That's what they say.
I'll
we-
hold out
It's
and,
very simple for a long time.
and say
then
nobody's
yeah,
right
but-
on that, most likely.
Yeah. Here's my problem with it is like we have organisms currently alive today that can live in boiling bleach water. So you're telling me those things like they couldn't have been something like that created?
Well, yeah, but those are all again super simple animals.
Hey, that's how shit starts, though, doesn't it?
How the fuck did we go from Mario Brothers to this?
I don't know.
If you ever watch Mario, you ever see the I think it was in the movie, it might have been on something else. It was the after scene where basically it's the dudes, the Koopa dudes, and they're pitching the movie Super Koopa Troopa Brothers to the studio guy.
What up, Double D?
That's funny.
He says, if rappers had opposable thumbs, we'd all be speaking dinosaur.
Well, I mean, until the meteor hit.
That's
But,
funny because
Or at least we'd be doing the dinosaur.
but here's the thing. If the dinosaurs had developed
Get
something
on
like
the
that,
floor.
yeah,
Everybody dance the dinosaur.
if the dinosaurs had started doing whatever and then they would have known the meteor was coming, a lot of them might have stored as much supplies as possible and hid in the caves.
Wait, so what you're saying is that there may be a Silurian species that was here before mammals and humans that basically, when they were aware of what was about to happen to them, went underground or off planet, one or the other, or maybe both. And if they went underground, they're living underground now in cave structures and underground cities. Huh, geez, David, when's your new book coming out, Mr. Ike?
Actually, I was thinking Conan, but
I
okay.
got a question since you guys brought up Mario. What kind of childhood trauma did he go through where he has to wake up every morning and just go stomp some turds? It's like, that's his whole life. Waking up in the morning, save the princess, stomp some turds.
I'm going to tell you something, Hungar, that I know you don't know. According to the scriptures of Zoroastrianism, turtles are considered to be innately evil creatures that are in league with Ahriman. However, otters, which are called water dogs or dogs of the water, they are considered innately good, and they are Ahura Mazda.
Well,
It's like weird. It's like every animal is classified as either being.
So Mario is a Zoroastrian fighter who's out stomping evil.
Well, I don't know if Zoroastrianism or whatever I'm sure I'm pronouncing the religion
Zoroastrianism.
in Japan, but maybe. I know the three wise kings that visited Christ in the manger were actually Zoroastrian guys from Persia.
Zoroastrian.
Okay, they were. So it was basically Freddie Mercury's ancient ancestors decided to travel from Persia to have a look at Christ, even though they weren't even Christian or Jewish.
So a buddy of mine was a dual PhD, history and theology. Those were his two big things. And he specifically focused his history on the Peloponnesian War, right? And all of like the ancient Greek wars. And he said to me in an interesting conversation, he said, think about this. Had the Persians completely decimated and destroyed the Greek nations with Thermopylae and all the rest of it, they had just barreled through them like they had intended to, there would be no Abrahamic religions. We would all be Zoroastrian probably. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, because that's like they would have just steamrolled all the way to the Atlantic at that point in time. And you would never have had the Roman uprising bringing the Abrahamic religions to Europe and all that kind of stuff. They would have just been little, Middle Eastern cults that basically would be treated like any other, but Zoroastrianism would have spread all across the known world at the time. And like, the guy's got the fucking education and the knowledge. I was like, all right, well, I'll take your fucking word for it. So I started looking into Zoroastrianism and I'm like, God damn, this is some sci-fi level shit over here. Like, it's crazy.
What I
And to
looked
touch on what
into
you said, James.
it's
Hold on, to
basically-
touch on.
Oh,
To touch on what you said earlier, James, of course those guys, the three wise men that came to see Christ in the manger, weren't Christians because there was no Christians at the time.
yeah, but they weren't Jews either.
Yeah,
They
but
were Eastern. They were from India, man.
yeah,
were magi.
they just followed the
Yeah,
star like God told them.
They worshipped Ahura Mazda. And the
Yeah.
thing with Zoroastrianism, when you really get down to it, you can say it's an Abrahamic religion, but it's basically Christianity, but without the Trinity. You know, you've got like the really good God, Ahura Mazda, and then you got the scumbag, and then you keep the sacred fire burning, and you spend your whole life trying to be as good as possible.
Well, also remember that it's the oldest of the monotheistic religions.
It is a
predates
very
Judaism.
old religion. Very
Sounds
old.
like communist
So it's
propaganda to
likely
me.
a lot of stuff filtered into Judaism and Christianity from it.
Well, I mean, you know, again, getting back to dinosaurs, but not. If you go far enough back, you know, God was sending messengers to people for like ever, right? So who's to say that the Zoroastrian people were not contacted by a prophet?
So are you saying that the dinosaurs could have been contacted by a dinosaur prophet?
They could have been. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I've got this thing in my head now. Where like the magi show up and they're all like, "Oh, frankincense, myrrh. This is amazing. This is awesome. Cool." Joseph, yes. There's some other prophets outside that would like to speak to you. All right, well, I'll go out and meet them. All right, come this way. Kill him now.
Freaking sleeve stacks and shit from Land of the Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
See, you're sitting here talking about, have I been listening to David Icke? But I know for a fact, Bear, that you know that part of the serpent's punishment when it was in the garden was its legs were removed.
Waiting for the raptor, not the rapture.
Yeah, the raptor. You know, the funniest thing is scientists are saying now that your average raptor would be about as dangerous as a turkey.
Yeah, scientists like to say a lot of shit. Okay,
No.
remember Clovis theory? Scientists said that, and now they're finding 10,000-year-older settlements in North and South America. Scientists.
That's the issue, though. Anything they find that's more than like 10,000 years, they try to either like disprove it or ignore it or hide it.
There is
So
an
did you
incredible
see-
amount of hostility in archaeology.
Yeah, with art.
Oh my God!
Did
they're
you guys
so
see
mean to
online?
each other.
James, did you see online where the first English black woman was actually Caucasian?
Yeah, they found that was Cheddar Man too. They said Cheddar Man was black, and then when they finally did DNA, it's like that dude was white. But for some reason in England, they're trying super hard to say that these like Neolithic British people were black skinned. But
I saw this.
Wait. Cheddar Man literally sounds like the worst fucking superhero ever.
From Wisconsin.
Yeah.
or Bear, the best superhero ever.
No, because you have the team meeting, right? It's like, all right, Legion of Justice dudes, we're all here. All right, everyone sound off. Dinosaur Man, nice to see you made it. Yeah, that's nice. We'll get to that later. Hello, Holler Crawler. How are things with you? Oh, good down there. Got my gun thing. What the fuck is that smell? Oh, Cheddar Man's here. Sorry, it's a little bit hot today, guys. The AC's not working.
No, see, you're not
Cheddar
thinking
Man.
right. Cheddar Man's secret ability is like he can just summon forth like grilled cheese sandwiches.
That's lovely. Put him to work in the kitchen. We don't need him on the team stinking up every fucking meeting with his delicious cheddar scent.
He shoots
It's like he
fondue at
rolls
people.
in
Oh,
and there's
but no,
like
the
robbery going on, and
water
he's like, "Wait,
superhero
criminals?"
needs somebody he can look down on.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, wait, criminals?
You need somebody
Like, he's
Aquaman
considered
can feel
instead of being
superior to.
criminals, having some grilled cheese.
And his sidekick, Colby.
Right. Yeah.
Cheddar
Yeah,
Man,
the
Colby.
sidekick's got to be
Oh.
tomato soup.
his arch enemy, tomato soup.
Yeah, his sidekick has to be Kobe Jack, and he's Mexican.
Get out of my nose. What are you doing?
You little Mexican guy.
Your name's not cocaine, buddy. It's beans. Get out of Bear's nose. Oh,
But,
and you know, I think that if a raptor was still alive, it would be one of those big blue death birds from Australia.
Oh yeah, what are those called? They actually have
Kookaburra, or
killed
whatever
people.
they're called.
Yeah. The ones with a big freaking claw and the big knot on its head.
Yeah, they have killed people. Those birds.
Yeah.
They beat the fucking Australian army in a war.
That was emus.
That's the
Those
emus.
emus?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the kookaburra or whatever the fuck they're called.
There's another bird over there that's like a predator, and it hunts big game.
That's
But,
what
I
makes me
mean-
think. How's it going?
Or the shoebill in Africa that sounds like a freaking gunshot.
Yeah, except they're really nice and sweet, and like zookeepers love them. Go ahead, Doug.
That might be an interesting campaign setting to make for a game. Have it set it in like tropical ancient Antarctica with just all lizard guides or all like raptors.
Have I told you about my thing called Hyacea, which is set in tropical ancient Antarctica, and
Oh,
the
neat.
thing you fight the most, other than all the other weird shit going on, is the lizard dinosaur people who use weird magic tech.
Oh, neat. I was thinking you'd be the crazy wizard people, but
These guys are like, it's like the reason I've never finished it is because it's a very He-Man-esque type setting. You know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
I
that
think
kind
the
of
reason-
thing.
Hey, man.
I think the reason you never finished it is because whatever you guys have, that's like the FBI came to your house and was like, "Look, you're getting a little close."
I'm in Canada, so
down.
it was the RCMP.
yeah,
But that's okay.
Mounties
You're
show
right.
up.
Oh, and by the way, this arrived.
Nice.
Oh, nice! I like it.
So this is from, if you guys, I think I sent it to you, James. I know Doc's seen it. I decided for my superhero universe, for the Zenith universe, I needed a Playboy magazine, right?
Oh, I saw
And
it.
I was trying to come up with good names. And I came up with Huntsman, and I thought that was a really great name for the magazine. And then their chicks, instead of being called Playmates, they're called Vixens. So their logo instead of the bunny is the Vixen, right?
That
And then I
makes
added this
actually makes more
catchphrase at the
sense.
bottom that says, "I read it for the articles."
I read it for the nobody reads it for the articles.
I mean, because think about it. Not trying to sound all feministic or anything, because fuck all that. But it's a lot less insulting to call your playmates Dixons than it is to call them playmates. Because, I mean, if they're just playmates, that's kind of like, okay, do they even have any sort of whatever, you know?
Like they need it.
They're just basically objects that you can, you know, jerk your meat to or whatever.
You're finally seeing my point.
But if they're vixens, then they actually can lean into the fact that they're super hot vixens.
Oh, bro, there's a free game on Steam I think you might like. It's Mountains of Madness game, but you're playing a human banana.
Yeah, that sounds stupid.
It's Cthulhu.
It's not Cthulhu if you're playing a banana.
What if Cthulhu turns you into a banana?
Why would he ever do that?
Because
He's in
Cthulhu
league
does what he
with
wants.
Max Bovine.
Because he doesn't.
Joined up on the
do that.
report.
Yes, Max Bovine. So that Max Bovine can yell at you in French.
Okay, Max Bovine sounds like a fucking country singer that does songs about trucks. You know what I mean?
Well, what's
Like,
weird is
Red
cattle,
Bovine, Max Bovine.
cattle
about
are
hauling
called
cattle.
bovines.
What?
Cows, cattle, they're bovine.
Yes. No, shut up. They are.
They are.
Wow.
Oh,
Citation needed.
you know, sarcasm does not work for you there.
It worked for me in 1989 when I got sent to the Sarcasm Awards in Argentina.
Anyway, the British Surrey had a superpower to turn milk sour. Yeah, and in Doctor Evil, the one guy's superpower was to make everyone around him moist.
Yeah, you just made people uncomfortable and want to shower.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about Dispatch there.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
die.
like,
I like Dispatch. Dispatch was cool.
Yeah, the Dispatch was fun.
God sent Ike back in time as a prophet. You know what's funny is if you watch the mockumentary or documentary, I can't make up my mind what it is, about Hellier, Kentucky. They mention lizard men living deep in the caves and the fact that in the late 70s, the United States was sending special forces units down there to fuck with them. And there were like two different kinds. There were like the big tall ones that shot poison and like the smaller ones, and they were high tech. And so you had these guys down there that got killed, and the record showed that they died in training accidents. But yeah, they're down there with M16s and shit, like literally swapping lead with reptilians deep in the caves.
I seen the same thing, but they were fighting giants.
No, that's that thing where they're like talking about people in Kandahar fighting giants, Afghanistan.
No, this was in like hills of Kentucky fighting giants, the U.S. Army.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, Cherokee talked about giants, but I've never heard of any U.S. unit like fighting giants.
Big redheaded giants.
They're all redheaded. That's like one of the unifying things about giants. They all have red heads. And a lot of them have 4 toes and 4 fingers instead of 5.
So when the Disney decides to do a movie about them, they're all going to be black?
No, because you can't do anything negative depicting, But the other thing is, and supposedly people have found these skulls, but then they went missing. Some, not all giants, were born with 2 rows of teeth.
You ever want to find out about the Kandahar giant? Talk to Nerd's Nerd. She was there when the stories were taking root, and she'll tell you exactly how they came into existence and how they got spread, and it was basically, I think they were doing it to fuck with the British at one point, and then it just became this thing that like you told the story to every fucking FNG just so they'd like believe this horseshit you were telling them. And then it just took root and became this urban legend that everybody thinks is real. It's like
There's no way soldiers were fucking with new people over on tour.
No way. Soldiers never do shit like that.
They would never do shit like that.
They welcome them with hot cocoa and hugs.
Man. You say that, and the first thing that goes through my mind is if Nerd's Nerd was like the female Marine in Vet TV. Like they assign a female Marine to one of their front operating bases. She's like in charge of purifying water or some shit. And like the first thing you do is walk up to the infantrymen, they're all hanging out, and she's like, all right, which one of you guys is going to be first to fuck me? And the guys are like, what? And she's like a big burly Marine chick too. I mean, right?
I'm going to go out and say that's probably. I like the headcanon you're making, and it's very nice that you're going that way, but no, based on everything I know about nerds, no.
Never believe a lesbian is always a lesbian.
No. If you look at her avatar, if you look at her YouTube avatar, it has the magenta and the blue in the hair, and she pointed out that's to reflect the bisexuality.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not 100% dyed in the wool dyke. She's just.
None of them are.
Someone who happens to be married to a woman and has a family and is quite happy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No. I think everybody has the right to be miserable.
And as she is the ex-door gunner Marine, she's probably the one that will be, causing the call to the police to come and, handle the domestic.
So
if she's watching, I love you. You're my friend, but I got to take some shit out of you too sometimes.
Basically, the guy she wants to have sex with won't. So she challenges him to a fight.
Show, aren't you? Like, we're just going to hear about this whole show none of us have ever seen. All right, continue, please. What's the name of the show?
It's on Vet TV.
What the fuck is Vet TV? I'm a Canadian.
It's TV
a television thing where veterans just make shows talking about crazy shit that happened when they were deployed. So the big burly Marine dyke woman beats the shit out of this little dude. And because she beat him in a fair fight, he has to fuck her.
Yeah, that's in the that's the 63rd Amendment to the
UCMJ.
Constitution. What is that?
It's in there. Those are the rules.
Well, all of the guys in his platoon in that firebase, they're all like, you know the deal, man. You agree. And they're all standing there, and one of them opens a flap to the tent, and he's like, just walks in, all looking ashamed and shit.
Yeah, but you know, in real life, people would be lining up to try to hit that.
Well, it's funny because when she walks over, she starts talking shit, and they're like, "Nah, I'm not interested." And she's like, "Well, this is going to be a long deployment. We'll see you in 3 months."
Well, yeah, but think about that, right? Think about that. You're assigned to Okinawa. There's Japanese girls. You're assigned to Korea. There's Korean girls. You're assigned to Europe. There's European girls. You're assigned to Afghanistan. Well, fuck.
There's no.
Yeah.
Why don't you just fucking assign me to Amish country, you pricks?
And what's funny is, like, there were some of the Marines there that wanted to sleep with her. She didn't want to sleep with any of them. She wanted the one guy that was like, no. She's like, oh, I'm gonna have you. He's like, nope. But anyway, they do crazy shit. Like one time they're like looking at a tree line and they're calling in artillery, and the officer's like on the radio or telling the radio guy what to say, and he's like, we're gonna need artillery in the wood line, blah blah blah. And the guy on the radio is like, do you see any civilians near? And they look, and there's like some kids playing soccer near the tree line, and the officer's like, negative. And the radio man's just like, sir, I love you. And he's like, no civilians near. And you just hear the jets come. So
yeah, that's dark.
Yeah, it's for veterans. Of course it's dark.
Yeah, everything about it is dark. It's terrible. And it's mostly about the Marines. There's a couple where the Army shows up and the Marines are super pissed because the Army guys got all the better equipment and shit. But it's not normal Army guys. Like the Marines are all standing around getting yelled at for not wearing their K-pods. And this freaking Humvee rips in and everybody's got like full beard, dark glasses. They're all wearing like khaki jeans, freaking like a flannel shirt with the scarf around their neck, So, Delta type dudes. And the Marines are just all like, oh my God, look at, and they're like hero worshiping these Delta Force guys. And it's pretty funny.
It's just, they got this one where a female chick's a recruiter and she goes up to a bunch of hookers like, so I hear you ladies like to get fucked. They're like, if we're getting paid, she's like, I got the job for you. tries to recruit the hookers.
Yeah. I mean, get them in the Marines. They'll definitely get paid to get effed. Yeah.
My buddy was infantry. I think they called this. I can't remember what the name of his fucking unit was. Anyway, he was infantry, and they did war games against the Marines. And they had these back in the 80s when they had the shitty laser tag boxes that would beep 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 beep. And he goes, and so we're holding this fucking emplacement, and the Marines are charging up the hill, and we're fucking shooting them. And we know we're fucking hitting them, but no one's fucking beeping, but everybody around us is beeping. So I unplug my fucking thing, right? Because I didn't unplug his thing. He goes, I laid down amidst everybody else that's all beeping. So the beeping, they can't tell where it's coming from. He goes, and I watch these fuckers climb in and then start high-fiving each other and plugging their packs back in, which they had disconnected them so they wouldn't get hit. I'm still alive, technically. So he just sits up, just goes and spray fires as much as he can. They're all going beep, 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 and they got mad. And he wound up getting in shit for it, because you're not allowed to make the Marines look bad.
We made them look terrible when we did our Army versus Marines.
I've heard some of those stories too, man.
We did Army versus Marine.
Maybe it's an 80s thing. I don't know, but he fucking he hated Marines because of that. He fucking despised them.
Yeah. See, most of your Marines are actually pretty decent guys. Some of them are a little bit up their ass.
Aren't like Marine Force Recon a bit up their ass?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think they're awesome. It's like, get the fuck out of here. You're not even worth being a Ranger. You know, you guys are barely worth being elite infantrymen in the Army. But you got nicer uniforms. I'll give them that every day of the week. Their uniforms are fucking straight.
And that Marine Saber is badass.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the blood.
Our neighbor had one of those.
leg.
Our neighbor had one of those sabers. It was badass.
You know, if you pay for it in the Army with your dress blue uniform, which you got by yourself, you can get a saber. But it's not like the Marine saber. It's more like the cavalry sabers, like the 7th Infantry would have used.
Still badass.
Oh, yeah, it's still badass, but you got to pay like $500 for that fucking thing. And when you're in the Army making $700 a month, man, it's like, fuck that. You know, I got other shit I need to buy, like Bush Tallboys and stuff. You know? I mean, I ain't got time for that.
Beers and hookers ain't cheap.
Right. And it's like, and the only time you get to wear your dress blue is like once or twice a year if there's some kind of big thing on base. Then you can put on the dress blue. And the dress blue is just a really shittier version of the Marine uniform.
Yeah.
So it's like you're still just wearing a stupid looking uniform.
I think I gotta go. I'll see you.
See you, bro.
Oh, he's mad.
No, I'm not mad.
Poor Timmy. He's like a Marine fanboy. He's like, you guys can't go see look Marine.
Nah, his grandpa
want
was
you
in
to
the
do it.
Army.
Yeah, my grandpa was in the Army. But yeah, I'll see you.
See ya.
Bye,
Yeah,
Timmy.
Timmy.
But so it just wasn't worth it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you wear
well-
your Ronald McDonald cap and your stupid green uniform, and you know.
Daryl said if you're in the honor guard, it's issued to you.
You know what? If you're in the honor guard, you deserve it. It should be issued to you because
Yeah.
those guys are hardcore. They are truly the best of the best. I think they're
Yeah.
the 3rd Infantry or something like that.
Yeah, those guys are. I've seen them like at the unnamed soldiers tube and stuff. Those guys don't mess around.
Well, I mean, think about it, right? People always talk about wanting to be a ranger, special forces, whatever, right? The honor guard is more rare, harder to get into, you know, and then when you leave that unit, if you leave it, you get this special patch on your uniform so that the whole world knows for the rest of the time you're in the Army, you were one of those guys. I mean, it's like a whole thing, man. It's like you got to be a minimum of 6 feet tall, and you got to be like super fit and handsome. And
What was the old guard, Daryl? Daryl says I was Army Old Guard, Season Platoon.
caisson platoon. A caisson is the thing that a cannon, like Napoleonic Wars type cannon.
Oh,
you know?
those guys.
Yeah, a long time ago, before the Army decided to change it, the Army marching song was "The Caissons Go Marching Along," right?
Yeah.
But then they changed it to "The Army Goes Marching Along."
Over here, over there. I'm everywhere because the caissons go marching along.
Right. And then at some point it became "The Army Goes Marching Along." Not that any of us really gave a shit because we sang. When I was in, you could cuss and carry on and do whatever. So we sang, you know, Yellowbird and My Girlfriend Ain't Got No Legs. And
Sweet Caroline.
no, that's if you're a Bruins fan. Only the Bruins fans did that.
You're all out there in the field.
Ba-ba-da. Hotel company is the horses. Okay.
Right. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, those guys, man, they have to be perfect all the time, every time. So when you see them out there flipping rifles and doing all that shit, they spend 16 hours a day training. Plus, they are allowed to shoot you if you fuck around. The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yeah.
Like if you try to cross that chain and you hear them rack that M1 Garand, and they say, get back across that, that's not bullshit. They will shoot you. You will die, and it will be your fault.
And they will get a medal for doing it.
I don't know that they'll get a medal. They'll probably be slowly shifted off to another unit. But the reality is you'll be dead. Because, you know, it's kind of like the British when their guards are marching around. If you're not paying attention and you're in their way, they will walk right over your ass, put your face right on the concrete. They do not care. And they'll run you over with a horse too. You know?
Yeah,
and every now and then you see those guys in the big bearskin hats and somebody will be fucking around. And that guy will rack that weapon and be like, step away from the fence, you know? And they're all like ready to throw down, man. It's like, yeah, don't mess with the Queen's Guard or now the King's Guard. I still have to get used to that since Elizabeth had been the queen the whole time my mom and then me up until I was 50 was alive. So it's like the king. But there's Doc.
Had to go do the cat boxes and stuff.
Look who's back.
Doc, I hope you, because I didn't pay for the books you sent me.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Yeah, present. I appreciate that.
No, don't thank me. That's a Christmas present to you.
Oh, bro, I'll send you my email address if you want to give me something for Christmas. Amazon gift card.
No, because you'll spend it on crack.
I can't buy crack on Amazon anymore.
No, you got to get that on Etsy.
You just take the gift card though, and you go to a crackhead and be like, "I got $50 gift card, bro."
No, there's a Japanese book Holy Diver told me to pick up that I want to get.
Dude, you don't want to read any of that tentacle porn shit.
No, it's Japanese language book ass.
You don't want to learn Japanese.
That does sound like a valid Japanese name. Japanese language book ass. Super happy lucky wash. Japanese language book ass.
Like, you're not even allowed to drive down here and visit me. You're not going.
Yeah, that's true.
There was a bar that got opened in the Ville when I was over in Korea. The guy who spoke kind of English named it the Super Happy Gay Bar.
The Super Happy.
We were like trying to explain to him that's like not exactly the best name.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
That reminds me of Good Morning Vietnam when the one guy was constantly trying to trade for like nude pictures of like Ernest Borgnine or something.
Bear, I posted that picture you made of my Santa Claus head on the Space Marine into my D&D group Discord. Nice. They thought it was fantastic.
I didn't make it.
Wearing spurs, part of the uniform.
Cold Iron made it.
Badass.
No, you... I thought you made that. No, Cold Iron made it. Okay.
I just cut it down for you.
I thought it was you because of your little bear.
I can't be sure, but I think Cold Iron made a meme of me getting raped by two wolves. Or somebody being essayed by two wolves.
I watched the...
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
then the quote is, every person has two wolves inside of them.
And both of them are retarded?
Well, it's funny because therapists will tell you that you got two wolves inside of you and you get to choose which one you feed. But in this one of the wolves literally looks like it's humping you and the other one's humping you from the front. So that's a whole different meaning.
And then you into a pair of finger cuffs?
Airtight, baby.
Oh, and get back to D&D. I watched this. Well, D&D is about an anime, but it's this anime world where humans are the lesser race. So all the other like demi-humans just treat humans like garbage. Like elves are like go hunt humans for fun and shit. It's really crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like actual medieval myth.
Yeah, well,
to the bullshit that, you know.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of everybody putting all the demi-humans up on pedestals except for dwarves because they are the master race. But like,
no, that won the argument. I sent you the meme.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you want me to do with it? Post it on the.
you can.
It's like-
But the Greta Thunberg, like if you suspect somebody's a leftist at your table, have a fucking ball
Oh, I already posted that on the Discord
and just
or on
blast.
Not posted it.
in the group chat. You sent it to me last night
Yeah.
after you ignored 3 of my phone calls.
Okay, I kind of like this one. Optimist, glasses half full. Pessimist, glasses half empty. Leftist, water is racist.
But realistically, if you're an elf that lives for hundreds of years, why do you care about a short-lived human?
That is the whole point of Freyrin.
Yeah.
And then the other point of Freyrin is her learning to care about humans.
See, I
The fuck
like
are you
when
talking about?
when you ran D&D that one time where we ran across those elves that were kind of unseelie.
They
See, I
were
like-
100% unseelie. They were
Yeah,
hunting humans in the forest.
I like. See, that's how I picture elves.
Yeah, with their shiny silver armor and their white horses and their hounds with red ears. Except they were out hunting humans for sport.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what?
What the fuck
But
are
they
you
were
talking
from the unseelie court. So
We're talking about people always depict elves as like happy, peaceful, loving everything, and it's like, nah.
Oh my god, let me tell you more about Final Age then. There are 3 types of elf in Final Age. There are the Ash Elves, the Wild Elves, and the Dragon Elves. The Ash Elves, because elves after the fall no longer have longevity, they age and die. The Ash Elves are so obsessed with longevity, they use magic to extend their lives to the point where they become almost like skeletal fucking wraith people, and all they give a fuck about is magic, and they're like, they'll fuck you over for magic. They don't give a shit. The Wild Elves became complete fucking savages who live in the woods and hunt everybody in the fucking woods. So if you're lucky, you might find some that are nice that are closer to civilization. But the deeper you go into the wilderness, the more likely it is they're going to fucking skin you and wear you as a shirt. And then there's the Dragon Elves, a whole bunch of elves who fought the Scourge by basically bowing down to an ancient blue dragon because dragon breath destroys the fucking evil hardcore. And they created this entire fucking Eldar Warhammer society where they ride drakes and they fucking invade people all the time because fuck them, we should rule the world. You'll love the elves there, Hungar. They're more your speed.
Dude, I'm waiting for you to get the full book out. You've already sold me on it.
I'm working on it, asshole.
I can't fucking wait.
Let me show you the best picture that is in the book of all. I showed it to James the other day. It's based on my buddy's Ola character because the whole point is characters can show up from other worlds. They're called outsiders. And
I love this picture.
My buddy wanted to play a character who was an outsider, and he pitched it to me, and I was like, you know what? That's fucking tits on toast. And he created a character called, well, I'll show the picture first, and then I'll explain. Hang on, James. I'm going to share the picture with you.
Yeah.
There we go. You should have it.
I love this picture.
Sergeant A.J. Dewey, Vietnam. Fell through a fucking portal, wound up there. Everyone calls him Bad Mother because that's what's said on his fucking helmet. He spent the entire campaign trying to get gnomes and dwarves to make bullets for him.
Nice. Nice. That's fucking awesome.
You're going to love Final Age. It's like 100% your fucking type of setting, Hungar. You're going to love it.
Daryl says, damn, I'm in too.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. So
By the mid-January, it should be ready.
Release it before the Royal Canadian Police show
Yeah,
up.
before they come get me. But
Going in prison.
it should be ready by the middle of January if the writing goes as well as I hope. Maybe sooner, but we'll see. And I'm going to do the PDF on drive-through and the print on demand. I'm only going to do soft cover. I was thinking about doing hardcover, but I'm just going to do soft cover, and that's going to be on Amazon.
Bear, if you are looking for people to test play the game, let a brother know.
It's been play tested to death, but I would absolutely love if you want to take a read of the where the document's at right now, and let me know if you have any thoughts about what's missing or what seems broken.
Hell yeah.
I'm serious. If I do this, you have to read it and respond to me, motherfucker.
I will read it and respond to you, motherfucker.
All
What
right,
up, Shadwell?
I'm gonna send it to you on fucking Discord. Don't fucking make me regret this, you fuck.
I won't.
I'll
Damn.
regret it.
I've heard those words from you before, Dick.
Yeah,
Cut a nigga some slack, man.
everybody's been
Where
hurt
the fuck
before.
are you? I'm trying to find you. Hungar.
Doc, I like
There he is.
the thing you sent me, the dipole thing. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't comment on your thing, Doc, your next project, because I personally don't give a flying fuck about mass battles or naval wars, but it sounds like a cool thing, and I hope it goes really well.
Yeah, nothing but the best,
I'm
Doc.
excited about that. This is the kind of thing that I think actually might manage to sell a little better than whole new games, since it'll be fairly small. It's probably going to be about like 60 digest size pages, just kind of a booklet thing.
Like I told Bear earlier, I'm just impressed at the fact that you guys are cranking out so much content. You know, it's like,
It's amazing what unemployment can do for you.
well,
What you mean unemployment? You lost your job,
Amazing what
Doc?
15 hours a week of
I've
work
been-
will do for you.
I've been
yeah.
under suspension for just going over a month now.
Oh, for calling that guy a retard?
Yeah.
Look, I've been retired, so I should be writing all kinds of shit too, right? But
You
I'm not.
should.
No,
Look at
because
games.
I'm not talented enough for that shit. I've tried.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm impressed with the fact that you guys have so much talent that you can just literally sit down and be like, I'm going to actually see. My problem isn't ideas, it's actually not being lazy and sitting down and writing. And then accepting
the
what
trick.
I wrote is good enough instead of, constantly second guessing
Hey,
myself.
gay vampire man, use link, get in here, talk to us. Come on, gay vampire man.
We
Gay
have gay
vampire
vampire
man.
man.
Hey,
And
it's
I'm
from,
getting
it's
ready
from
to.
Cold Iron. Cold Iron did that
I'm go-
fucking meme where I called
I'm
the
gonna
shadow,
bounce,
you are
bro.
gay vampire man.
Yeah.
And guys, I'm going to get something to eat.
Okay,
got
Hungar.
some-
I sent you the document, Hungar. Don't make me regret it.
I will. I'm going to get me some freaking beef, bean, and green chili burrito.
Cock meat sandwich.
That's right. I love that cock meat. Extra mayo.
You would. Yeah, here it is. Knock, knock. Ugh, who is that door? I eat mop. You are a gay man vampire.
Ironcaster, how you doing, sir?
Hey, speak of the devil. Ironcaster's here. That's, I believe Ironcaster is the gentleman who does all the memes on X that tags me in them for some reason and is making me look like a fucking
that's
Nazi.
Cold Iron Oven.
No, Cold Iron does the fun memes on your channel. I was talking about the thing on X where I keep getting tagged, and I think it's Ironcaster. I could be wrong. I don't know who the fuck it is. It's a different name on X. That's the problem. Jesus Christ.
I like your shirt a lot, Bear.
Thank you. I'm quite proud of this shirt.
So the one girl that's doing the dance, is that a villain or
Doing the dance where?
a superhero? On the
What-
thread
more
that
con-
you had posted that had naked Wonder Woman and whatever.
The girl doing the dance on my Discord?
Yeah.
In the
She's all tatted up and
NSFW
gothed out and topless.
Hang on, let me go find her.
With pierced nipples.
Let me find. I got to scroll
And
back.
she's like flipping everyone off and dancing.
Oh, that's Misfit. Yeah, that's Misfit. She's a super villain who, when she's basically like I did a whole thing of her on my Patreon. She's based. No, it's not you, Ironcaster. Sorry, man. Sorry for the confusion. It's basically she's like Harley Quinn. Okay, but like punk as fuck, and her boyfriend was their version of the Joker, which is this guy called Rotten Johnny, and he's just a piece of shit who manipulates people. So she goes and does her time in jail because he throws her to the fucking wolves. And when she gets out, she's like, fuck that, I want nothing to do with this shit anymore. I'm going to do my parole, I'm going to go straight. And she keeps getting sent to these jobs where people either treat her like shit or tell her like, suck my dick and I'll sign your parole card. And she's like, fuck, and she's like, I don't want to kill people, the fuck. And then she winds up becoming a stripper. And she like suddenly becomes like,
That kind
like
of
making
tracks.
shit tons of money, being herself and picking on people. So she's like, yay. Yeah, that's Misfit.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
she's also fucking certifiably crazy.
Well, I mean, that just makes her more attractive, honestly.
Yes. Well, I wasn't sure what would attract you more, the crazy or the goth, but apparently that combination is like kryptonite. Too bad she's not big booty, then she'd have you 100%.
I've been down that road, the crazy goth road before. Except
Shadow,
the one I
use the
dated
fucking
was
link.
like literally diagnosed with schizophrenia.
Yeah, it happens.
I'll tell you what, it was like dating 5 women that were all hot with fake boobs.
Yeah, mine said I'm a Gemini, but no, you're schizophrenic. Your birth month has.
It's so weird
nothing to do
because
with
the goth chick I'm talking
pistachio the
about
nut.
was into all of that astrology bullshit too. And she's all like, "You're an Aries, Leo, Aries, and I'm a triple Aquarius, so we'll get along great." And I was like, "Cool, take your pants off," because I was a scumbag back then, and I really, literally did not give a shit about any of her woo bullshit. I just wanted to bang her, and I did, and it's great. I don't regret it. Not the best ever, but pretty good, you know?
That's that. I can't remember what that fucking song was. I remember seeing it was a YouTube song years ago, like 10, 15 years ago, where the guy's singing to the chick and she's talking and he's like, "You got 2 sets of lip, so suck it or fuck it or get the fuck out."
Right?
It was really funny. Like it was well done. It was like, Jesus, the song was good, the music was good. But the gist of it was suck it or fuck it or get the fuck out.
I like I forget the name of the band that did it, but it was like, "I might like you better if we slept together." You know?
Oh, that's right, Romeo Void. "I might like you better if we'd slept together." She had a great voice, and then you saw them, and she was like tons of fun. You know what I mean? It was like, oh Jesus, no,
Metric
okay, never
tons
mind.
of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not scared. You know what I always thought when I was young? And Hungar will back me up on this. The big girls need love too. It's only gentlemanly, man. Right? You want to be a gentleman, right? You don't want your mom to be like ashamed of you. So if a woman needs help, you got to help her out. I mean, you know, if you're single. I always got to throw that in case people think I'm a lecherous bastard. I do have a passion that I have to deal with a lot.
Later, Daryl. Take care, buddy.
Catch you later, Daryl. Yeah, the passion I fight with the most is probably gluttony or laziness. And then my second passion I have to fight with a lot is probably lust. But which, you know, my wife catches the brunt of. But, you know.
Oh my God, I forgot this existed. Do you remember the song Shoes?
Are you talking about by that guy dressed as a girl?
Yep. Shoes. Oh my God, these shoes are on sale. Oh my God.
Shoes.
I forgot about it. It just came up on a random
Shoes.
search for something else. It's like, the Shoes song is 11 years old today. And I'm like, what
That
the
shit came
fuck?
out like
It was
on Weeble and Bob or some shit. It was like
18 fucking years ago. Oh my God.
I mean, do you remember Weeble and Bob?
No.
It was like the 2 eggs, and I guess one was Weeble and there was Bob, and they were always talking about like stupid shit.
I never saw that.
And yeah, that was back when the internet was still the Wild West, and you could go to like somebody's webpage and look at all of their stupid freaking animations. And like one of the things that was on that channel was The Terrible Secret from Space. And it was like, "I am the pusher robot. Don't trust the shover robot. I'm here to protect you from the terrible secret of space." And it was basically the robots wanted you to stand at the top of the stairs so they could push you down the stairs.
Okay.
To protect you from and it was like this techno song. And then, of course, they had the other meme where it was like, ha, 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 I am in your base, killing all your dudes. And all that shit.
belong to us.
All your base belong to us. And then, of course, the other one that you got to hear all the time. Gay bar, gay bar.
Take me to a gay bar.
Take you to a gay
did I ever?
You're gonna start over at the gay bar.
Did I ever send you the George Bush and Tony Blair cut of that?
No.
Oh no!
I'm sending this to you now. This is
I'm sure it's
hysterical
hilarious.
beyond words. It's like done from a press conference they did together, all like chopped up, so it's like they're singing it to each other.
Where the fuck is Shadow?
He says his back hurts.
It doesn't mean he can't come on fucking stream with his camera off. You fucking stop. Listen, ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba-da, and get your ass in here.
I
Okay,
think
Ironcaster, you say Numa Numa, but I actually had a Romanian girl that I was at anyway, and she taught me how to sing it properly, so I could actually sing those lyrics of that song properly. And like every time I talk to Romanians, they're like, "No, you can't," and I do it, and they're like, "Holy fuck, you can do it!" So,
yeah. Well, half of the song is absolutely meaningless.
No, it's not.
The Numa part.
The Numa means nothing.
Doesn't mean anything.
But the rest of it all means shit.
But then when he's like,
Salut, sunt eu un haiduc. It's actual. It's not even Romanian though. It's Moldavian.
Hello,
They're
it's
Moldavian.
me, Picasso.
That beep. Beep meaning page. This was slang. I found out. Hello.
And I guess the chorus is something about, do you remember when we were in love under the linden trees?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Dragostat tinde.
Yep.
Dinte.
Now, that is the gayest video ever.
Yeah, those guys.
And I am even going to include in that category soccer practice.
That's pretty brutal. What's soccer?
Yeah.
Practice? Other than like you were in a gay soccer league. What do you mean soccer practice?
There is a video out there called Soccer Practice, and it's by The Gay Pimp is the name of the band.
Mm-hmm.
And all he sings about is being in high school and like sleeping with jocks. And the whole thing is soccer practice. There's one chorus where he's like, we could join the military, Army, Navy, Marines, and like, he's just this gay dude. And then he like talks to this blonde dude. And he's like, the blonde dude's like, I like to do manly stuff, like hanging out and lifting weights and, playing sports with the boys and stuff. Manly stuff. And then he's all like, I like to do manly stuff, but I want to do it with you and all this shit. And it's like the gayest shit ever. They even have two black dudes dressed up like cheerleaders being his backup dancers.
Okay, I'm sharing with you from Doc.
So, yeah, it's pretty nuts. And it's in there.
That's fucked up. I'm gonna stop there before you get a copyright strike.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Got a nuclear
Gay bar.
Yeah, that shit was.
Oh, it's fucking solstice today. That's right.
Yeah.
So you can stand an egg on your head or something.
I stand you.
I don't know, but yeah, the soccer practice thing was something that, like, if someone posted something really gay on our game forum, someone would immediately post that right under whatever the person said. So, and it'd be like, your post, I would always say this song is pretty gay. but not as gay as your posts. And people, it wasn't a friendly song.
Yeah. I won $100 on the egg thing one time.
I'm sorry, what?
I won $100 on the standing the egg thing up one time because somebody bet you could do it. I was like, I bet I could do it. And he's like, okay, we got an egg. I was like, what are the rules? He's like, no rules. You just got to stand the egg. So crack. They like broke the end so it stood straight up. He's like, no, that's cheating. He's like, I specifically asked you if there were any limitations.
My name is Pedantus Maximus, and I asked you. As you did not answer appropriately, I have won. Now give me the money, you fuck.
He was pissed, but he did pay up to his credit.
Yeah. They remember when they were in love and used to hang out under the linden trees and all that. And what's weird about the song, Dragosventi or whatever, is like 8 different people did it. But
the original is Ozone.
Actually wrote it, but like a Serbian band did it, like a Vietnamese band did it, a Japanese group did it. I mean, this song was literally done by everyone.
Oh, Jesus, you're so lucky. I respect you.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
Because you said literally everyone has done it. And then my initial response, because Gen X, but then my brain kicked in, was to go like and then there's an M word relating to the woman who brought you into the world.
Like your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone did it like your mom.
There was a time when if someone said anything about my mom, it would have been straight up throwing hands. Yeah. But I grew out of it.
Everyone hopefully does grow out of that bullshit.
Like when I was very young, it was like, but you get into the army and all of a sudden it's like, yeah.
They won't shut up about your mother. So
yeah,
for me, he was working in bars because that would happen. I remember the day I knew I was over it was the day someone said, like when paying your mother for sex. And I went, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that, by the way. It was really cool that she let you pay by check, but how the fuck do you bounce a check for 50 cents, asshole?
That's what you got to do. Because if you're in the army and somebody talks shit about your mom and you act up, you're done.
It will never end.
Fucking pack it in.
Never end.
Pack it in like your mom.
Go see the something.
You missed that when he was talking. You missed it.
Oh, the Polish Cow song. It's not just about. Primarily about cocainium, but also heroin, weed, hash, every drug. Like the one part of it where he talks about going to see what Gargamel has in his pot. He's definitely, they mention every drug. And he's talking about how he'd throw all of his friends under the bus for a gram of cocaine or 5 grams or something. That's the chorus. I wish I had 5 grams of cocaine so I could fly to heaven or some shit, which sounds a lot funnier in Polish. Shadow never went through that phase because he always hated his mom.
Ouch. Ouch. He is a gay man vampire.
He is a gay man vampire. He has no mother. Now, if you want to hear some great music, you just type in Balkan war music.
No.
You will hear some stuff.
It's a trap.
It is. Because it's you'll hear the Serbians talking about committing genocide, the Croatians screaming about how they're going to protect all their land from the headwaters of the frickin' Krikola River. Bosnians talking shit. And it's like, then you'll have the Serbians say, my dad is a war criminal, but everyone's too much of a pussy to do anything with him, and it's like, wow, those guys were pretty hateful back then. They weren't even joking around. They're like, I just want everyone to know that I hate you. One of my favorite Serbian songs is God's Hand Guides Our Artillery. I thought that was a good one.
No, it doesn't. No, he doesn't. That was my job.
But then the one where they talk about how they'll
wait. God's hand guides artillery, so God's a forward observer.
No, God. Basically, God was on Serbia's side, according to Serbia.
That's where that joke went. Okay.
Right. But there is one song where the Serbs are literally singing how there'll be no more Turkish pies made from the golden wheat of some province. And it sounds like, innocuous, a name, whatever, until you realize they commit genocide on all the Turks that lived in that province. So,
yes, you do.
That's why there'll be no more Turkish pies made in that province.
Of all people who have no business complaining about genocide, it's the Turks.
That's true. They did their share.
It's like their national sport.
It's like as soon as Tito passed away, they were all just like, all right, it's on. Let's get this shit underway.
You just came back in, you little shit.
He's like, yeah, but I'm a cat. You got to remember that. And as a cat, I'm going to do cat things. And it doesn't matter if you enjoy it or not. Because that's how cats be.
Cats be like, and then dogs be like.
But I do like the Polish Crackhead song, though. It's pretty cool. And of course, I like the Belarus song Sudno by Molshak Duma, which is the whole song is about a guy in a nursing home waiting to die. So like the chorus is like one window, the bed and a bedpan. It's a horrible place to live, but a comfortable place to die. Yeah.
What are you on? Are you on like Darkium or something today? Like what the fuck, dude? Like every conversation we do is dark. Cheer up. Be here in the light with me.
I'm happy.
Yeah, because you're talking about death. Seems to cheer
and
you
then
right fucked up.
Another one of my favorites is Don't Tell Mom I'm in Chechnya. Like a Russian soldier sending a letter to a sister and being like, how's everything back home? And then the chorus is like, but whatever you do, don't tell Mom I'm in Chechnya. And he's talking about all the shit they're getting into.
Don't tell her because she's going to just want scalps.
Well, he doesn't want his mama to worry. So he's saying, don't tell Mama I'm in Chechnya.
Mama tried to raise me better, but her bleeding I denied. I've only myself to blame because Mama tried. Do you not want to fucking ruin the new shirt, Claw Boy? Asshole.
That is a great song. Merle Haggard.
You're a dick. You can't just jump up. You got to claw everything on your way through, huh?
You got to smack him on the ass and be like, damn, boy, you thick.
Buddy, you've just been sexualized by a fucking hillbilly. I got bad news for you. There's no coming back. Get therapy.
Did you? Well, that was, I watched these dog videos, and there's this one.
Whoa, weird transition.
There's this one dude. He owns a Doberman Pinscher. And like he's watching another video and the person's like, smack your dog on the butt and tell him he's thick. And you see the dude look over at the Doberman Pinscher and it's looking at him. And like there's like this standoff because he's like, does he do it? because, or the Doberman Pinscher might eat his face off. You know what I mean? And they're just looking at each other like, do I dare?
You're lucky there's no hole in the
And
chair.
then there's another one where this dude owns a pit bull and he smacks the pit bull in the ass and says, "Damn, girl, you thick." And the pit bull like jumps up and jumps on him, puts its nose right up against his nose. And it's just like looking at him like, what the fuck? You know, because you don't know what's going on. It's like, anyway, I like watching funny dog videos, guys.
Every T-shirt I own has a hole in it, at least one, because of this asshole.
Well, it's important that he lets you know, apparently, who is the boss of all your T-shirts.
Apparently.
So, yeah. Mama tried to raise me, but now, damn it.
What?
Got that song in my head.
First thing I remember knowing was a lonesome whistle blowing and a youngin's dream of growing up to ride on a freight train leaving town, not knowing where I'm bound, and no one could change my mind, but Mama tried. Really? You're just in the mood today, huh? All right. You do you.
Yeah,
When
the
we
cat
were
we're
kids-
babysitting likes to come out, bang on the door if you're behind a door. And then when you open the door and you're like, what do you want? It just turns around and walks away.
Yeah,
Hey,
my second greatest cat of all time was my cat Eddie. My roommate at the time, his cat got pregnant and had a litter, and we gave them all away. But Eddie, as a kitten, would watch TV with me all the time. Like if I was watching TV, he was sitting on the back of the couch, paws on my, So I'm like, all right, clearly you want to live with me, so Eddie's going to stay with me. But Eddie would do this thing where if there was a closed door, he would sit at it and meow forever. And I remember one night I opened up the fucking door. It was like 3 a.m. I just ripped my room door open. I'm like, what? What the fuck do you want? And he just looked at me and went, meow, and walked away because now the door was open, right? So the next morning I'm like, hey man, sorry the cat was meowing. He goes, oh, the cat was fine. You screaming at the cat woke me up. Like, well, yeah, okay, that's fair too. But he would do this thing. It was at the 2 a.m. security check. He would go to every room in the house, and if a door was closed, he would meow until you opened it. Then he would come in, check everything, go under the beds, everything, and then meow and walk out. Like, all right, security check's clear. See you later. Like,
Yeah,
it was the weirdest behavior I ever saw in a cat.
So, Shadow, sorry your back hurts.
Yeah, it's like a once a year thing.
You had a delay on your video, Shadow.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that is.
Because you are a gay man vampire.
It's a once a year thing.
Yeah. It acts up like once a year.
So kind of like on the same time frame as when you let your wife peg you.
Ow, 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 ow. When's it going to be my turn?
And of course, the response is, "This is your turn, right?"
No, but for real, I hope you feel better.
And I hope you're
it-
using lube. For real.
Pardon?
I hope
What?
you're using lube. Don't let her peg you dry, man. That'll cause soft tissue damage.
That's never going to happen. No one's going to peg this guy. No one. Ever.
Amazing. We start talking about pegging, get his camera synced up right away. Like the universe.
Because you irritated my dark side, and
Whatever, gay man vampire. I do not care for your words.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute.
Besides,
computer-
the family's been in Mexico for like 4 days. I haven't.
Deported.
No. They're at a wedding. They were at a wedding, and there's some property issues. And,
Jackie's playing, and ice showed up. Suddenly, I'm single.
There was that meme that dude made where he's like on doing a video, and he's like, man, I sure hope ICE doesn't go to my mother-in-law's house she lives at. And he gives like the address and everything. He's like, yeah, she's not here legally or anything. And, I love her because she comes over and tells my wife how to live and what to say to me and you blah, blah, blah. So please, Ice, whatever you do, don't go to, and then gives the address again and everything. Like, you know, oh, and that Somalian guy that made the video saying, work for me, white man, while I stay up. Yeah, they deported his ass.
Fuck yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's how you know they're so inbred. Their IQ is like 12 because they'll make a video like being like, yeah, I'm illegal and suck my dick because somebody is definitely not going to appreciate that.
Oh yeah, and if Stephen Miller gets a hold of that video, top priority instantly.
Fuck Stephen Miller.
He is our bald Lex Luger, who is
Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
Fuck, it's Lex Luger. Run.
And well, it might as well be because he is in charge of making sure everybody gets deported.
Oh, that guy! I've seen that guy. That guy's awesome.
He is, isn't he?
I love when I love when they try and pull their whole. Do you think it's wrong to break up families for not committing crimes? It's illegal to be here, therefore they've committed a crime. he just does not take any of AOC's shit. I love it.
And then they try calling him a Nazi, and he just so happens to be Jewish.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can be a Jewish Nazi now, according to people.
Yes,
I don't know how that works, but okay.
You could be a black white supremacist, apparently.
No. Listen. I was told, and I'm not fucking kidding when I'm saying this. When I was with Deepinder, when I was with my Sikh woman for 9 years, I was racist. I said, I'm with the Sikh woman. And the person literally, without missing a beat, went, yeah, well, you're just colonizing her with your penis. And I just was like, do I get to plant a flag in her ass? Like, what? Like, are there rules to this penal colonization?
Wow. Oh my God. I too have colonized many.
Listen, there was a point in my life where I went on a world tour. You know what I mean? I was the British Empire.
Right? Oh my God. Shit. I'm going to be like Genghis Khan.
It was a good time. Let me tell you. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. I make your daughters do dirty things. Haha.
You know, I don't think it would work out for me very well if I did manage to hook up with a black chick. Because the first thing I would
for one thing, your brother did her.
Probably. The first thing I would want to do is get a hood and a robe and have her like wear like a handkerchief tied above her head and play like, you know,
bears out
sex games. Like,
some serious role playing. I got you.
Like she could call me Massa and shit.
You know, funnily enough, there are actually women who are into that.
I'm sure. Women are crazy. Funnily enough, there are women that are into reading about jerking off minotaurs.
Yeah.
Do you think that's out of the ordinary? No.
Yeah.
That's normal shit right there. That is so tame that nobody could be mad about that. You know?
Yeah. There's going to be a reckoning. That's all I can say. Holy shit.
There is going to be a reckoning.
Yeah.
And like Bear said, make sure you have lots of lube. Because you don't want to be the guy who everybody's like, wrecked him, nearly killed him.
So did I miss the Serpent People, Agartha, and Hidden Wisdom part of the show? Because I just woke up like
no,
30 minutes ago,
but not really.
Okay, just checking.
We were just talking about how
Fuzzface.
One of the reasons so many people are like totally against the idea of people playing Hyperborea is they're afraid that you might learn about the Serpent people that run everything. So the CIA and the FBI, they're trying to keep that shit under wraps, man.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't want your normal person to think, right?
Dude, I've been saying that for years.
Right. And even though it's just a role-playing game, a side effect of the role playing game is it might make you
Preach to the
think.
choir, man. Yeah,
It might make you
critical
think.
thinking and thinking like we do is frowned upon.
Well, that's why they also hate Conan.
Okay, I'm not seeing the direct correlation, but continue.
Because there were serpent people in Conan, and Conan takes place more than 10,000 years ago. And according to historians and the big museum,
I think you're thinking of Cole more than
nothing
Conan.
happened 10,000 years ago. Nothing happened. So any ruin or rubble or skeleton we find that's more than 10,000 years old just don't exist.
Or it's not as old as science actually tells us.
Well, but that's the thing. The people who are trying to keep the secrets are the scientists.
Some, but not all of them. Most of them are just,
Dude, any scientist that goes against the accepted narrative, the orthodoxy of human history,
finds
is
itself
ran out on a rail.
Yeah, just look at what they did to Gobekli Tepe and Gobekli or Terran Kepi.
Yeah, look what they did to David Icke.
Well, he did it to himself.
No, I mean, he just mentioned that it's a possibility that all of the ruling families on Earth are actually serpent people. And he could be right. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of legends and tales in a lot of myth groups about serpent people. I mean, how do you know the serpent people aren't the Anunnaki?
Because they were never depicted as such.
They sometimes were, though.
Not in anything that I've ever seen.
And in every culture around the whole world, they talk about serpent people pretty much.
Sure.
That live underground and do sorcery.
Yeah.
I mean, the Aztecs talk about it. The Indians all over the place talked about it.
The Indians talk more about the ant people.
Look, the Indians, one of their main beings to placate was Yig. And Yig is the creator of the serpents. What?
The warm-up was asking who's rolling dice.
He's being like Gary Gygax. Like every time somebody asks him a question, he rolls the dice to see what the answer is. Would any of you like to play D&D?
No, I got these letter dice because I was having a hard time coming up with names because I didn't want to use like names from ancient languages. I hate that. My world isn't Earth, so I got these letter dice and I just randomly roll until I at least get a vowel, and then I play a little game of trying to make a cool sounding weird ass name, and it works really good. And I've been using it a lot for my games lately, and it's like one of the biggest hacks I've learned this year. For my
Technically, my game is not Earth, but I still use the name generator at the back of the book.
Yeah, I've looked at hundreds of those in the last 6 months, and they all, sound, a certain way, and that just doesn't work for me.
So, how would you name a Hyperborean cleric who worships Sagua, the Sagua?
I literally now I'll just use these dice. There's 6 of them. I got 6 more coming. I'll roll them and come up with some name that doesn't sound like that's pronounceable, but doesn't sound like anything I've heard before.
Hungar's character's name is Val Dar Vin.
Okay.
And it's based on just randomly rolling on the Hyperborean male.
What's up anymore, man?
Play now, bust out a one-off. I pick cleric. Clerics are OP in Hyperborea. They level fast, and they're almost as good as fighters when it comes to combat and armor and all that.
I
As a
never
matter of
played
fact, you'll hear many people say this, and I've said this, I think, to Shadow when I've trapped him into conversations about Hyperborea, mostly against his will. You got your 4 core classes in Hyperborea, and then you've got 4 to 5 subclasses. But the 4 core classes are actually as good as the subclasses. It's just maybe you want to do something a little different. So you
a little
pick,
more specialized.
right. So if you want to play a fighter that just runs around whacking shit and killing the hell out of it, play a fighter. But if you want to get tracking, well, maybe pick a huntsman or a ranger.
Sure.
And that's really all there is to it. It's like, so you've got your cleric, he's a badass. But let's say you want to play a priest who only wears cloth armor and whatever, but his bonus is he gets double the spells. Then you play a priest. Now, the problem is this guy can't wear any armor, use any shields, has very limited weapon choices, and only die 6 hit points. Whereas your basic cleric can wear every armor, use any shield, use a shit ton of weapons, and gets a die 8 hit points, but doesn't get as many spells. So, do you want to play the guy in the robes with the staff serving a god, or do you want to play a Templar? Is pretty much that choice. And in my very limited experience, the Templar is a badass.
Yeah, it's kind of a common theme through a lot of OSR and D&D clones, whatever you want to call them. The cleric tends to be the character class or profession with the best survival rate.
See, Mini Warmutt, the barbarian, which is a fighter subtype, is like a fighter, except it has tons of outdoor skills. So the barbarian is very difficult to ambush or surprise. He's really good at ambushing his opponents. He has really good saves. He can climb as a thief. He can do hunting and tracking and all kinds of stuff like that. And he gets a die 12 hit die.
Yeah, I always wondered why there's such a huge difference between like the barbarian and the ranger. Most rangers kind of tend to fit, your description of the barbarian.
The ranger in this game is a civilized fighter who has decided to spend all of his time as like a border guard or a hunter for a noble lord, something like that. Mm-hmm. Whereas the barbarian has to know those skills to actually survive. Because they are truly barbarians. They don't have civilization. They're living in yurts and traveling across the plains and shit.
Barbarian is not a fucking class.
I have agreed with that since
it is like a culture.
But that's kind of what they've done, and that's
Well, what I do in my D&D games is I call it Slayer. So the difference is that if you're a fighter, you're a trained military person who's been trained how to fight in formation and if you're a slayer, you're a tribal fucking warrior who's been taught to fight, not in formation, just pell-mell into the battle, personal glory, kill everything in sight. And that is a much more better representation of, say, Romans versus Germanics. You know what I mean? What made the Romans so deadly? Formation tactics.
Yeah. See, they have a class like what you're talking about. Very difficult to get because of the attributes you need, but it's called the Berserker.
And that's the other thing. Not all fucking barbarians need to have rage. Jesus.
Berserkers this guy isn't a barbarian. He's a berserker. And
why not some relaxed pot-smoking barbarians, man?
What the fuck, man? By Crom, 'tis gnarly.
Yeah, most of the barbarians in the world are from...
Look for my new game coming in 2026, Boards and Barbarians.
They're Vikings. It's like a special subclass of the Viking culture.
I like how we've moved on to a whole other conversation. James is still going on Hyperborea.
Well, I mean,
The first church of Hyperborea is now in session.
Now, one of the coolest classes I like is Warlock, which is a fighter subclass that can cast magic. And there's multiple kinds depending on which school of magic you want to cast. So I like the Death Soldier because they're necromancer fighters. And my favorite spell for the Death Soldier is Skeletal Companion. So you're walking around in armor with a two-handed weapon, and you got a skeleton running around with you.
Bone Daddy! Fleshbone Daddy!
With what?
If they die, just eat them. Please don't do that.
It seems like the wings should be on the back.
I feel very uncomfortable working with you.
Well, it has a hoodie.
Okay. Well, give me a while.
Okay, yeah, I need Christmas ornaments down. I can't reach them.
Give me a while. I know you can't reach them because you're a midget.
I'm not a midget.
Don't worry about Shawty. I got you. She's a midget.
I have to watch it.
But it lets me feel all manly and shit. I can be like, yes, I'm 6'1". I can reach tall things. But beer and pretzel player, yeah, this is nothing I'm talking about is really complex. If you've ever played AD&D, this is that, but less complex. So, but yeah, I kind of like the Death Knight because he gets the fighter stuff, but he gets the necromancer stuff, and he doesn't have to be evil. He can be neutral.
This is one of the things that bothers me in a lot of games, though, when they get a lot of class games is when they get the class bloat. And it's like they just start creating classes. Because I think that's really where D&D start going really wrong.
She didn't say.
Shall we get deep into what's wrong with D&D? I would love to have that conversation.
Well, I mean,
things in D&D that are fucking stupid. Part 1 of 12.
We can argue about classes all day long. Some people like them, some people don't. I think the main reason classes are a thing is because it makes it super easy for people to conceive of what their character is.
Yeah,
like
I'm not against
sit down at the table and you're like, I'm a fighter and I have these fighting abilities. It's like, boom, you're done. You know?
No, it's training wheels. I get it. It's baby's first role-playing game. I completely understand.
Right. Right. You know, the shoe. Yeah, she's gonna throw her flip-flops in here at me.
Are you dating a Mexican all of a sudden? You're gonna get the
no. In her case, it'd be a wooden spoon, really.
Yeah, that makes more sense for a European.
Yeah, and that shoe thing. I don't know. I've never seen it. I've dated numerous Mexican women, and
let's not use words like date for what you do, Shadow, because that's really just
knives and machetes.
I believe the term is embrace. The girls you've embraced, you know.
And not once have I ever had a shoe thrown at me.
Well, they
can't. I've been shot. I've been stabbed.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I've been shot. I've been stabbed, lit on fire, struck by lightning. But
Can
never
you
had a
really
shoe.
call it dating if they're afraid of being deported? So that's the only reason they're letting you.
By the way, in reference to your Aunt Jemima versus the Colonel fantasy, when I left, I was going to make a joke, but I had to go take a piss. I was going to say, it must be hard for you to decide which one's better for you, the Colonel and Aunt Jemima, or you dressing up like a fucking Wehrmacht officer and her wearing the Miss Poland sash.
I do have a German uniform.
Do you have a Miss Poland sash? I'm just asking.
I get it, but it's World War One.
What's up, buddy?
But no one can tell it's World War One, and I'm always like, "This is World War One." Notice there's no eagles standing on top of Indian good luck symbols. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's World War One, and I'm Corporal Hitler.
Still alive. Yeah, I'm on 23 warm up.
Doc, that was the most awful but funny thing I've heard all day.
Yeah, I need to get corporal rank on my Prussian uniform.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a World War I German corporal.
and like just put some mustard on it. Really drive the point home, you know.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to shave a lot.
Yeah, I would have to shave. Find out what medals you won, and then have them on the uniform.
My grandfather on my father's side was a Brit, but he was born like 1912 or some shit like that. So when he was a young man, there's all these like paintings and pictures of him with like that little fucking brush handle mustache. Much like the runation of the swastika, there were a couple of factions that got destroyed by World War II.
The one guy, do you guys know Sparks? That band? It's two brothers. Sparks. They're kind of like a weird peripheral, like musician. A lot of musicians know them, but they were never really huge. But anyway, the one brother, the keyboard player throughout the entire 80s, and I think in the mid 90s he shaved off, but was sporting the Charlie Chaplin.
Well, they can't all be Corporal Hitler jokes, I guess, at the end of the day, right, Doc? Like you should just stayed on the high note. I mean, thank you.
No, it was a joke. This is an actual dude.
I mean,
what are their names?
I mean, nothing beats the fact that the British made a sitcom called Welcome Back Hitler or some shit.
Yeah, the Hitlers. It was the Hitlers. I think was what they called it.
And it was basically them and their neighbors getting into wacky situations. It was like, okay. All right. I don't even know what.
Heil, honey, I'm home, it was called.
Yeah, How, honey, I'm home.
Heil, honey, I'm home.
Well, do you remember when the whitest kids you know did the Hitler rap?
No.
Yeah, apparently he came back and decided he no longer wanted to be like a dictator. He wanted to be a rapper. So, And the group that did it was the comedy troupe, The Whitest Kids You Know. That would be like 15 years ago. I think they had a TV show for a little while, but then
if it was on TV, there's a good chance I didn't.
No, it was an internet thing first, and then they got picked up, and then they went away. But they were your typical American, super edgy comedians on the internet, just doing like crazy shit. So, Italians use whatever's close by. Oh, yeah. Nah, hillbillies from Kentucky, it's a wooden spoon, typically. Because that is what they have in their hand most of the time. Unless you did something really bad, in which case grandma tells you to go pick a switch. And that's everyone's favorite game, because if the switch is too thin and it breaks, then she goes and picks one. Or you can pick a thick one, which is, so you're sitting there looking at the switch tree being like, what's the cutoff here,
Yeah,
But,
my parents tried that once, and we taught them you can't catch us.
Okay, but they know where you sleep.
Yeah, bunk beds.
So what?
Just at the top.
Great, more wood to burn in the fire. What's your point?
Dude,
See, Shadow, the more I talk to you, the more I realized I don't understand the family you grew up in, because if I had pulled that shit with my mother, she would have patiently waited 48 hours until I forgot, and then just caught me unaware and beat the shit out of me at that point in time.
Because they had polio. They couldn't catch us. They couldn't do shit. For the most part, they couldn't actually.
Were you born in the 30s? Like, what the fuck? They had polio. Jesus.
Yes, both my parents were in wheelchairs my whole life.
Oh my God, Shadow, stop. This is like the most horrific sitcom ever.
So you're sitting there bragging about outrunning someone else.
Yeah, watching people in wheelchairs.
Like they couldn't do anything to me because I could
And we
just
had
lock
bunk
their
beds, so we were
wheelchair.
elevated. They couldn't get, what the fuck was going on in your house?
That's literally how I grew up.
Did you randomly throw like fucking spike traps around the house just to fuck with them? Like,
No, he just pushed them in front of the window and then locked the wheels.
lock
Maybe
the
put a
wheels.
broom to it. Be like, all right.
We
There you go, Mom.
Get
Watch
there.
your shows. Click.
it literally CPS should have gotten involved, but they didn't.
Yeah, but I'm wondering who they should have got involved on whose behalf.
You know your theme song?
Either
was it?
way, let me put it this way. Okay, they had us because they knew they were going to make us do all the shit they couldn't do out of necessity. Okay,
Good reason to have kids. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so that's
but
why
at the
people have
earliest
children.
age imaginable. Okay, because they couldn't do shit. Okay, and it's going to sound awful, but they shouldn't have been allowed to do that.
What,
Where'd you
want
grow
the
up? What
government to
state?
Sterilize them or
California.
something?
Yeah, see, this is why California is a fucking shithole today. Where I was, the minute I could walk, I had shit to do.
Yeah.
I had country parents.
Right, but
Nothing
Yeah, the
happier than a
hay bales
fucking
in that
8-year-old
barn
pushing
are
a
not
fucking
going
lawnmower
back
they have to
so.
reach up to hold. You know what I'm saying? Good times.
yeah, but that's it's there's just something morally not right about the way they did it.
Well,
If you say so.
yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I'm just gonna leave it at you had a weird fucking childhood, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because I remember being like 7 and helping pound in the bean poles and tie the twine and go
Breaking
out
up
the
the
barn.
fucking leaves before winter came and having to put them in orange garbage bags and then heft these things that are 3 times my size
I
to the
get
corner.
that. I get that. I'm talking about other stuff. They should have had nurses, not children.
Well, but you grew up like before there were nurses, so that's not fair.
Yeah.
So
Amazingly enough, though, they had the
smoke up
wheel.
their asses to get the humors out. Is that it?
No,
Okay.
it's really creepy though. You know, these people have like a kid that has like some serious medical problem, and then they have another kid for like marrow and organ donations.
That's literally
fucked up.
what it felt like.
That's fucked up.
They couldn't. Let's put it this way: they were so bad at it that my younger brother, by the time he was in kindergarten, he got arrested for the first time for trying to knife another child.
Yeah, I think that's just maybe he was a bad seed.
Right, but the argument could be made that they were incapable of making a good seed.
The argument could be made, but the argument could also be made that even at 9, a kid, regardless of his upbringing, should know stabbing people is not.
Well, in kindergarten, he was 5.
In an ideal world.
What are helots?
Yeah, I feel like that's not a high bar, you know.
What are helots?
Helots are
what? No helots around the house? What's a helot?
clerics.
They were a Greek city-state that were conquered by the Spartans very early on in their history, and they basically used them as slaves. And one of the initiation rites to become an adult warrior is you had to sneak out and basically murder one in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, yeah, you had to kill a helot and then not get caught. So what they would do a lot of times is if there was a really old, like effed up helot, a lot of times that helot might actually volunteer to go wait out in the middle of a field to get strangled to death, depending if he was sick.
Ah, yes, the Greeks. So glad that the Persians, with all of their horrors, never conquered those wonderful, wonderful Greeks.
Well, they did burn Athens to the ground, though.
Yeah. They've rebuilt. It's very nice.
And we call them Spartans, but they would have called themselves Lacedaemonians.
Lackadaisicals? What the hell?
Lacedaemonians.
They were like Damien from The Omen? They were like a Damien? My God, that is some demon children.
That is some bad shit, right? Like their nursemaid's going to hang herself in front of everybody.
Oh, for you, Lacedaemonians.
Yeah.
Wow.
The problem is, though, when like when Shadow was young,
Hey, mini Warmut. Positive is a very loaded word there, sir. It's a very loaded word. That Shadow's
Yeah,
here. To be
thanks.
positive.
Okay, I was they should have stopped at me was the point.
I'm just saying you being around isn't necessarily a net positive.
Dude,
saying.
you're the one who fucking told me to get my ass in here.
Because I wanted to do this. This is fun.
I don't tell my parents this because they would get mad, but I always tell Hungar that they should have stopped with me.
Oh yeah, I my argument is is been proven accurate because he's doing 400 years in a high security maximum, whatever the fuck you call it, prison. There's a video on the internet. Yeah, there's a video on the internet. I just came across the video on the internet where the judge was sentencing him, saying, "I cannot let you out amongst regular people ever. You must never be allowed to interact with normal people ever again. You are such a monster."
Yeah, that is definitely something.
Yeah. I don't know if I told you, Shadow, but I moved, so the address you have for me is no longer valid. Just so we're clear.
That's okay. I'll find you.
Not if I find you first, fucker.
Shit.
Just remember, duck and weave, duck and weave.
You just aim for the
Serpentine, Shelly.
Just aim for the cane, right?
I'll introduce you to the most Canadian term possible. Protect your neck.
I thought the most Canadian thing possible was elbows up.
Now that's a new thing that they brought in recently, which is really fucking stupid. Keep your stick on the ice, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw dyed his hair blonde douchebag being all like, "Will there always be Canada?" And your current prime minister, yes, guy who made really awesome comedy spy movies. There will always.
Hold on a second. I think someone's at the door.
And it's like,
yes, Virginia,
they're running
is
late.
Canada.
It's CPS. They were running late.
And then CPS running late.
There he goes. He got it.
And then the it's just dumb. Okay, it's just dumb because everyone knows that Mike Myers lives in New York.
What's more important is nobody in Canada gives a fuck about Mike Myers.
I'll tell you what, though, The Spy Who Shagged Me and all that was good stuff, man.
Yeah, the Austin Powers movies were great. So I Married
an Axe Murderer. That was pretty good stuff. Shrek 2, some of the best movies ever made.
Harriet, hard-hearted harbinger of haggis.
I mean, yeah, so there was a time when he was the golden boy. And then I don't know what he did. Well, then he made The Love Guru. And that pretty much ended his career quick.
It really did.
And it's sad, too, because,
Kid, pants, no!
He might have had a few more good comedies in him, but that one pretty much ended that. And yeah, he could have did like another Wayne's World. I mean, the future was wide open, to quote.
God, please don't do another Wayne's World.
No, that was actually Tom Petty. The future was wide open.
Into the great wide open.
Starring a very young Johnny Depp as an idiot who gets famous and then leaves the girl who made him famous and then loses everything. And they're like,
Those Indiana boys on those Indiana nights.
Yeah, he grew up not far from me, where I am currently. He did not grow up in Kentucky. Johnny Depp did. So that's why I'm like, why is he such an idiot? Maybe it's meth. I don't know.
Maybe it's Kentucky. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's meth. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's methylene.
Methylene. No, methylene's good for you. They're selling it now. Methylene blue. It supposedly does something really good for you. Kind of like how they're selling that cocoa that's supposed to, if you drink it, it unleashes stem cells or some shit.
It unleashes the beast.
Good luck.
To watch the wife for money. Take care, brother.
Is her money.
Take care.
If you want tips, where to get a hold of me.
Yeah. Shadow has the ice number on speed dial.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Every time Shadow's
we haven't
wife,
started rounding up Italians yet. I hope we don't, to be honest.
every time Shadow's wife starts giving him attitude, he just picks the phone up and looks at her. And then she's like, "Oh no, it's okay."
He picks up the phone and he goes, "Pop quiz. What do you call frozen water?"
and then she backs
yellow.
away into the
Say
kitchen
yellow.
and starts making homemade tortillas or something.
Look, I make you quesadilla. Look.
I don't eat their cooking. I just if I want
I don't
Mexican
eat
food,
their cooking. Those dirty wetbacks. Man.
dude. If you've seen what they cook and they call Mexican food, you'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" It's just freaking soup. It's always just soup. It's like,
Well, I've had many delicious Mexican food in my life that was not soup.
they grew up deep in the heart of the poorest
Yes,
part of
there's
Mexico.
a huge difference between Tex-Mex and real Mexican food. I know. That's
Well,
why
I
gotta
mean,
marry
have
Mexican
you
food.
ever had her make street tacos?
Yes, I can't stand them. Oh, it's not that. It's I'm definitely allergic to cilantro, so that puts a whole lot of Mexican food just off the menu.
How
for me.
did you survive the Black Death? How?
Virgin blood.
Now, apparently, I'm gonna start calling you Contessa soon.
He realized that if you cut the swellings and drained them out, that
No, nothing so crass as that. I had plenty of volunteers.
If you just bathed in the virgin blood,
Basically,
it's a type of bath. We call it a bathery.
Yes.
Yeah, I was more making a reference to the flesh and blood or whatever.
Yes.
Where the one guy got the plague and he used the scalpel and he lanced the boils. And then in the end, everyone dies but Rutger Hauer, who gets away. And the guy gets his princess back, but I mean, she's been well used at that point. I mean,
It's a
Rutger
hard
Hauer.
movie, man. That is a very hard movie.
That is, and it all starts because the mercenaries conquer the city. And then instead of letting them, keeping his end of the contract, the noble ran them all off without paying them. And it's like, well, things are going to go bad now. That's just how it goes, You got an army of mercenaries running around. It's going to be bad. And it was. And if she was
just walking down the street, singing.
There's some talking heads. And she was.
Talking heads.
I know.
No, you don't. You don't know. Stop pretending you're cool. You're not cool, okay? You're not cool, dude. Sorry, Shadow. I apologize. I'm being extra hard on you today. I'm going to dial it back a little bit.
So, hey, I just...
See, I'm going to take it over there.
I have promised nothing.
Shut your fucking eye hole, flamingo boy.
So I finished Galactica last night. And I like halfway through the show, I started trying to find a single woman that wasn't smoking hot, and I failed miserably.
Sheba. Sheba with her fucking pig nose. Jesus, I don't know why people. How do you replace Jane fucking Seymour with that?
She had her moments, but she was she wasn't my least favorite. Cassiopeia was, just because I was like, really. And then I saw the episode with Aurora, and I'm like, dear God, who the fuck is she? Oh my God, she was a little thicker than I like.
Smoke show, man.
Oh my God, she was fucking like almost perfect. But that show was just like, oh my God,
A
who
little
was?
thicker than you like.
Yeah, she's kind of
She was on the Buck Rogers show too.
And I've got that coming next week. It's a weird story.
Was
I
she
ordered it.
Captain Darling, or whatever her name was?
Wilma Deering. That's Aaron Gray.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
two copies of it, because of the Amazon fuck up. I have 2 of the Buck Rogers sets because they fucked up.
weird thing. I actually ordered the complete series last week, and I kid you not, 5 minutes later, I saw the video that Gil Gerard died.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's my fault. Obviously it wasn't, because it was actually happening.
No, I think it was your
When you
fault.
get your Buck Rogers DVDs, she's in the episode Vegas in Space.
I'm a bigger fan of. God, I always forget her name.
Pamela Hemsley?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Cardalla?
Oh my God.
There's only one
when
reason
I
in
saw
this
her-
world I watched Matt Houston, and it wasn't for Lee Horsley. I can assure you of that. It was for fucking Pamela Hemsley.
From the moment I saw her in Rollerball, I was like hooked, and I was like 9 or 10 years old. I'm like, oh my God, wow. And
I wonder if she's related to the other Hemsleys.
Leona?
yeah, I don't think so.
Or Thor.
They're a little darker. They're a little darker. Just saying.
So?
Like
Sherman Hemsley?
Or wasn't there like a famous politician as well?
I don't know.
There was that hotel magnet chick who wanted
Yeah,
to go
that's
to
what I was
prison.
thinking of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Paris Hilton?
What the fuck are we talking about now?
I don't know.
Doc's looking it up.
Leona Helmsley.
Leona Hemsley. Yeah, she's a
These
singer.
two kind of went off on their
Oh,
own.
there's a singer, Leona Helmsley. The evil Leona Helmsley was Leona Helmsley as well.
Wasn't there a singer called Leona Hemsley? No, I'm thinking of someone else.
That's what. Oh my God, are you guys right, folks?
What, folks?
They have
What do
no
you-
idea each other exists.
Listen, we have been here longer than you today, Shadow, and we've had to deal with James's fucking tism all day. So you can shut the fuck up and just let us enjoy our moment, okay?
It's not
Okay.
gonna happen. You know better.
Okay, how about you have yourself a nice tall glass of shut the fuck up, and we're gonna carry on being us.
It's not gonna happen.
We know. We've known you long enough. Trust me.
I mean, it hasn't really been a tism. It's been more of a perhaps there are serpent men. Perhaps there is a way to center the earth under Antarctica.
This
James,
is why it
James,
took me
would you
so
like to
long
see
to
another
get here.
piece of,
I had to wait for the Vicodin to take effect because every time I belly laugh, it rolls around the flub all the way to the back, and I want to go back to my heating pad. You fucks.
James, would you like to see another cool piece of Final Age art?
Sure.
Since, that's more fun than arguing about fucking Helmsley. Here, sharing it now.
It's not more fun than talking about serpent people, though.
Oh, that's pretty fucking fun.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really good.
It is.
That's
What'd
really
that
cool.
run you?
A couple of robes.
I believe it's a $20 a month for my subscription.
Nice.
Oh, making his own
Nice.
art, is he?
I'm making my own.
Hey,
art.
I'm getting ready to do an AI video because I am so on board with AI art. Not everything the AI is going to do to us or for us, but when it comes to art,
Hey, would you like to see a picture of Hungar's character and his wife? Yes, you would.
do I have a choice?
This is Hungar's character and his wife.
Nice. Let's see. I've been talking to artists lately as well for my own projects, and it's like you guys have priced yourself completely out of
Out of the market, and you don't deliver, and you're a fucking pain in the ass to work with, and no.
it.
I literally had a fellow publisher who I know, and I will not name who they are. I will not even intimate who they are. Tell me that they would love to help me by promoting the Valorous 5e Kickstarter when it comes out, or Final Age, but they can't because it's AI art, and the people in their community would be very offended if they were supporting something with AI art. To which I answered, "That's fine. I'll just do what I always do: fight my own way to the table." Like, I'm so sick of these fucking pearl clutching, fainting couch cunts. I'm fucking done with them. They can all fuck off.
It's sheer bottom line. I mean, look, my friends in the Emperor's Choice, they won't do AI art either, for a lot of those reasons, and the money that they're shelling out could fund 10 other projects.
Okay, do you know why I still haven't broken even, almost having sold almost 100 copies of Valorous print? Why I haven't broken even yet?
Art.
Because it hasn't paid for the art I had to buy.
Like I keep saying,
There's no justification for the lion's share of the profit going to the artist, when if it wasn't for you, Bear, or anybody in your position coming up with the idea, the art would not exist.
here's the
The
thing.
specifics required to make your vision come to life have nothing to do with the artist.
Here's the thing, Shadow. From now on, I'm going to refuse to buy any role playing game unless it's handwritten on like college ruled notebook paper.
Papyrus. That fucking handwritten on papyrus with inks made by crushing the shells of beetles.
You
Right,
fucking
I
call
mean,
this
because-
illumination.
Because if you're willing to use programs, and I have a program that will literally auto write a story if I want it to.
Excuse me, sir. Did you use Benedictine scribes to write this manual for your role-playing game? No, then I refuse to buy it. You used a digital typewriter. No.
It's the same thing.
Basically, the argument was making the thing so absurd that people realize how stupid they're doing.
I agree, man.
You know,
Even with using it to help you write, the AI is not going to come up with the initial spark of creativity and the initial
No,
idea.
it's not.
It's it maybe in the future that'll happen, but you're still
In the
gonna need
future,
someone-
future events such as these will affect you in the future.
welcome to the future.
It's
Stop
still
that.
going to need the human creative spark to get it started.
You remember the
Yes, we all know
the
this.
guy who
Those of us
went-
with brains in our fucking heads who are non-reactionary and don't have pronouns in our fucking Twitter bios, we understand these things.
Yes.
I was just
Problem is, the
thinking about
wind is
guy
blowing
that
that way
was
right now,
waiting outside of
and all
the
these
cryo
fucking
chamber.
beta cunts who think that they're going to get the fucking blowy from their favorite artist by showing how cool they are about supporting art are being cunts right now. None of them produce anything. None of them create anything. They just pontificate and shit on everything. Literally, they shit on their betters, people who produce. I guarantee you right now, I don't know someone who's like super fucking militant anti-A. I don't know. I don't know anybody who's a Reddit mod. Okay, let me just leave it at that. But I guarantee you, Doc is a better human than they are because he's produced actual material for the world.
And that is a low
man
fucking bar, let me
is
tell you.
I'm telling you. No, wait. This man's an even more of a better human because he produced a really, really basic, hand-drawn fucking garbage role-playing game on Lulu. I haven't read it, but if you look at it, you go, what the fuck? I can't believe I paid $15 for this. Makes him a better person. You understand? These people are not good people. These people are shit. They are people who fucking... They're turds in a punch bowl. You know? Like, I was watching this fucking show, the YouTube video. They were talking about being in a writer's room. And this one writer was like, so we're talking about this whole character in the series, in the movie, and he's going to start as a prick and a piece of shit and a racist. And then we said through the course of the film, he'll learn his lessons, and by the end, he'll get over his racism and realize he was wrong. To which one of the young writers piped up, it's his good idea. Too bad we can't use it because he's a racist. That's what's wrong with these people.
Wow.
Sorry, I ranted.
Just
I
like Mark
apologize.
Reinhagen being kicked out of White Wolf because he said that the bourgeois would sometimes embrace skinheads. And people totally miss the point. Bruja didn't embrace skinheads because they were racist. They embraced skinheads because they were street rabble, being activists and out, being asked.
They were violent.
Yeah, I mean, it had nothing to do with the racism and everything.
Useful idiots.
Yeah.
If you were in that position, if you were this like immortal creature considered humans basically cattle anyway, you would not give a crap about any of that stuff.
Just
It
say
would
my
never
name.
Yeah, well, you might
on
be
your
like,
radar.
I prefer light meat to dark meat. I can't do Asian food tonight. No, like you could be that level of racist, but really, at the end of the day, that's the level of racism you would really have.
Right. So you'd be
Come on,
Ventru.
come here.
What you're talking about is Ventru.
Come
Like
on.
I have a feeding exclusion. I could only feed on blonde, 6-foot tall men with blue eyes or some shit.
Hey, Shadow is gay man vampire.
Right.
Stop talking stuff, okay?
Come on.
This is
He's good.
the
So because he said that, and he said all kinds of different activist groups, but because he mentioned that particular activist group, because he mentioned like Antifa and all that, because it's basically people who get out in the street and throw bricks at each other. That is kind of the people the Bruja are looking for, and people just lost their mind. And it's like, you are making a game about vampire serial murderers. I would call them serial rapists because they are unconsensually using a victim's body for a purpose, but they're not killing them usually. So really it's almost worse in a way, maybe. So you want to bring in all of your ultra woke bullshit into a game where you're literally playing.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. I'm sorry, wait, hang on. I would like to feed on you, but first I need you to give me your consent and understand that at any point during the feeding, you may remove that consent and I will have to stop feeding upon you immediately.
You know what's weird about that though? Is that if it was a real thing, there'd be like people lining up to volunteer for that shit, knowing full well
you would immediately be blood hunted.
You will be blood hunted because that person retracted their consent in the middle of the feeding.
No, you'd be blood hunted because you let a mortal know that the vampires exist. That
no, the masquerade. No, sir. Your colonial masquerade bullshit is your own. Okay, your point of privilege is not acknowledged. You need to acknowledge your fucking Ventru privilege, sir. Your Camarilla privilege is revoked, sir. We don't play that colonial bullshit here, sir. Why don't you go back to the old country, huh?
Did anyone see Christopher Walken on Saturday Night Live years ago? He's doing
how
Dracula,
believable
and he's
he
like
is.
screening women for HIV.
No.
Oh, it was hysterical. It was absolutely. He's like, and they're out there on the balcony, like one after another, and there'd be wolves howling. Like, what are those? Wolves, children of the night. And he'd go on a little spiel, and eventually he's like, oh, wolves, children of the night. How many sexual partners would you say you had? 6 months.
The children of the night. What a beautiful music they make.
There is a flaw you can take. I know it's in 5e and 2nd where your vampire character has a bloodborne disease that they picked up somewhere. And the negative is every time
at the gay bar.
But every time you feed on a victim, you can infect them with hepatitis or
lovely, because that's what I want in my fucking escapism role playing, real world bullshit.
Well, I mean, the whole point of vampire is like you're a vampire, but real world bullshit.
Why is there no combat wheelchair in my vampire game? My vampire, my Nosferatu, has no legs. Why doesn't he just spend the blood to grow him back? Like, why would he choose?
Ableist.
Ableist with your fucking blood privilege. Oh my God, die in a fucking house fire immediately.
See, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bad person. But if I were the prince of a city and somebody embraced somebody in a wheelchair, I'm thinking both of them get shown the sunlight.
Lex Talionis, baby.
Because it's the same thing as embracing like a very small child. It's like,
Yes.
fuck are you thinking? This being will never be able to take care of themselves. They will be a breach of the masquerade at some point. I mean, it's just
I
going to
believe
be.
that's in the vampire Lestat or something, isn't it? The little girl that they embrace.
Because she grew up mentally but couldn't grow up physically, and it made her crazy.
That's in Near Dark too.
Yep. The little kid.
Who is the biggest piece of shit in that movie.
Also,
now we're talking about a movie where a bunch of people are killing people and drinking their blood and fucking up bars and slitting the throat of waitresses and dumping them out in a fucking beer mug, and you still look at that kid and go, I want him to die. And when he finally dies, you're like, fuck yes. I'm so happy that fucking character is dead.
I am not positive, but I'm pretty sure the kid is the oldest one of the vampires.
He's in that actor's in the movie River's Edge. I don't know if you've ever seen River's Edge.
Yeah, great movie.
Where it's great fucking dark, but a great movie. He's in that too, and he's a piece of shit in that too. That kid could only play pieces of shit, apparently.
Yeah, in Near Dark, he had a Greek name.
I don't remember.
And then, of course, you had what's his name played a Confederate. And it was all
Jesse.
because that chick, I guess, she had a little bit of money and she wanted to make a vampire Western. And then she did, and it turned out to be completely awesome. But
yeah, the kid was called Homer.
A lot of people don't know about it. It's or haven't seen it. And it's one of Bill Paxton's best roles. He was now Bill Paxton
fingers looking good.
He sold it. Another Bill Paxton, which unfortunately I think it was his last role, that was great, was Frailty.
Oh no, his last role was Edge of Tomorrow. Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah, he played the sergeant. That was always fucking Tom Cruise. But Frailty.
No, Frailty's a great fucking movie. Even at the end of the movie, you're like, was he really seeing demons, or were they just all crazy? Like you don't get a solid answer on the demon question. You get their perspective, but that could have been schizophrenia. You know what I mean? Like that's the beauty of it.
But then again, counter argument: how did Matthew McConaughey's character, when he touched the guy, know what the guy had done?
Who knows?
Schizophrenic powers, God,
or it could be just his perspective. Who fucking knows? Like that's the thing. I love that movie because it leaves things just ambiguous enough. Just ambiguous enough. Frailty's a good movie. Fallen is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, Denzel in Fallen.
There were some really, really great demon / Christian horror movies made in the 90s. There really were.
Well, The Fallen was like almost everyone in that movie was an amazing actor.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like Denzel had to carry it. You had like John Goodman. You had the guy who was playing the Sopranos guy.
The lowest rung on that fucking ladder is James Gandolfini.
Yeah.
That's your lowest rung on the fucking ladder. What year was The Seventh Sign made? Or The Seventh Seal?
Shit.
The
Seventh Seal, Demi Moore.
No, not The Seventh Seal. The Seventh Sign, not the Bergman film. Yeah, The Seventh Sign. That's 88. That's the one with Demi Moore and Michael Biehn and Jürgen Prochnow about the girl who's got the baby inside her, and it turns out it might be God, and will she die for the baby? And the angels are trying to kill her, and that's a fucking good movie, man.
Yeah, because God had decided it was time for judgment, but of course, Christ being super cool, he had set up a situation where humanity could avoid being wiped out. But it required somebody to make the ultimate sacrifice.
For the baby, which will replenish the guff, which is the whole point of the fucking film.
And the guff is the hall where souls come from in Hebrew.
It's a good fucking movie.
In Hebrew stories, there's a hall in heaven called the guff, and every soul that will ever be born which is a finite number, is there. And when it runs out, that's the end of the clock.
Yeah, and the last one's coming, and God will replenish the guff, but only if the final choice of sacrifice is made.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
And Jurgen
I don't think
Prochnow
I've seen
plays
that
one
one.
of the angels. Oh, fuck, it's a good movie. It's like Demi Moore's best fucking film.
Yeah, and it's old, man. That was out in like
88.
80?
88.
Yeah, that was an old one.
So you got that. You got Fallen. You've got
you know
Frailty.
we've forgotten Fallen.
The First Power, Prophecy, and The Believers, all within like 10 years of each
You
other.
know who we forgot
just
to
like-
mention in the Fallen, though? We forgot to mention Oddball.
Prophecy.
Oddball?
Oddball. Donald.
Don't know what you're
Sutherland.
referring to. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's
from
their
other
captain
cultures.
at the police force. That is a
Yeah.
twist movie, too, when the demon's effing around with Denzel and he's like, hey, I got a riddle for you. What's in the space between Lion and Spakowski? And it's like, fuck is that, you know? And then you find out and you're like, oh, shit. It's like,
Yeah.
woo.
It's a good fucking movie. I want to see. I haven't seen
Plus
it.
it has
We should do one of those
Stones
nights,
on
man, on
it.
the movie night. We should do like 3 of those fucking movies, like The Fallen, Frailty, and Seventh Seal. That'd be a good fucking 3-movie night.
And I'll tell you what, you will think totally differently about the Stones song, Time Is on My Side, after you watch that movie. Because one thing about Azazel, who is the wild beast of the wilderness, that the ancient Hebrews used to use as a scapegoat for the sins of the tribes, they say that he's left-handed and he loves to sing. That's in the myth, right? So every time Azazel takes a human form, he's singing, time is on my
side.
Yes, it is. Because it is kind of, in a way. Well, at least until, he goes to hell. But the point is to drag as many people with him as possible.
You forget. I told you I was going to tell you the story about the time I almost died.
You remember? Yeah, that I saw that in the movie theaters, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then at the end, it starts playing like "Sympathy for the Devil" or some shit.
Yep.
Yep.
Not gonna get any of those fucking movies anymore out of this fucking modern writer crop piece of shit. Anyway, I'm done being angry for one day. Thank you.
Well, I mean, the reason we got Frailty is apparently it was directed, and I don't know if it was written by Bill Paxton. He starred in it, but he was also like the producer or director.
It's a good movie.
And then you've got, of course, Matthew McConaughey showing up. All right. And even though everyone forgets Powers Booth, he's a great actor. He does not. I mean, I'm not saying he's the main.
Have you ever seen The First Power?
He's in. Okay, he's in one of my favorite movies from the 80s of all time. Red Dawn.
Tombstone. Oh, Red Dawn. Yeah, he's great in Red Dawn. Have you ever seen Fuck the First Power?
I don't think so.
It's a Lou Diamond Phillips movie about a serial killer. And the whole thing is that no, this isn't you're right. This is a guy who's doing a fucking ritual to obtain the first power, which will grant him immortality and he can go on killing forever. And it's like him trying to fucking track down essentially a superpowered serial killer. It's a good movie.
Oh, you may or may not be happy to know that my beloved Pinhead lost.
What do you mean?
There's a video that compares like all these different horror people, and Pinhead basically beat the shit out of everyone they threw up against him. Freddy, Voorhees, Michael, all of them. No one could beat Pinhead.
And then who beat him?
Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme.
No fucking way.
Cut him off from hell. And Pinhead.
No fucking way.
Well, that's what they said.
No.
They said that
Dr.
Strange has the ability to remove somebody from their source of power.
Yeah, that's not where Pinhead's powers come from, though.
So, Doctor Strange.
I fully disagree with that, but that's fine.
Well, I wasn't happy
Nerd
either.
fight
Of course, I
fantastic.
wanted Pinhead to win. I mean, Pinhead's a veteran and everything.
I just don't understand how you can be comparing horror creatures fights and then added a Marvel character. That's so fucking stupid.
Maybe they got a lot of.
That's like saying, all right, who's going to win? Terminator or RoboCop? Oh, Terminator wins. Okay, who's going to win? Terminator or Predator? Oh, Predator wins. Okay, who's going to win? Predator or Alien? Oh, Alien wins. Okay, who's going to win? Alien or Superman? Like, fuck off. You know?
Superman lands on Kepler 244 and just starts freaking heat visioning everything and into the fucking ground. Just even if he accidentally detonated the reactor, it's not like it hurt him. You know, he'd just be like, oh, that sucked for a minute. Okay, I'm good though. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that they had put a Marvel guy in there against what I thought was going to be all horror guys. But that's the one they said they thought could beat Pinhead. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know. I mean, Jason, yeah. So Jason's a Kandaharian demon, right?
That debatable.
It's not debatable. Both of the directors have agreed that it's a thing.
Both of which directors? I'm sorry, both of which directors?
The guys who did
Jason
Evil
has
Dead,
like 6 different directors for Jason movies, if not every movie was a
the
different
guy
director.
who did Evil Dead and the guy who originally created Jason Voorhees, there's like an Easter egg in one of the movies where the Necronomicon.
That's in the reboot series, man. That's in the later shit, not the original Jason.
Oh, well, okay. I mean,
yeah.
But anyway, that's how they're explaining why he's such a big, you know, bastard instead of being a dead 12-year-old.
No.
And I like it. I mean, because apparently, didn't you say there was going to be a comic and it was like Jason and Freddy versus Ash or some shit?
No, that was probably Nerdy. Timmy was probably talking about that.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a comic where Ash had to fight Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. But yeah, Freddy Krueger had not a shot in hell against like the Hell Priest. He just kind of snatched his ass up. Then he beat Pennywise, snatched his ass up, and then he beat Jason Voorhees was really easy because what's he going to do? I mean, he's good at stalking teenage girls and stabbing them, but against Pinhead, it's like, get the fuck out of here. You know, Pinhead literally just summoned the chains and ripped him to bits, you know, like, because that's what Pinhead does. Pinhead is the ultimate example of lawful evil. Because he is evil, but he exists to exact judgment on the people who deserve it. And so there you go. You know what I mean? That'd be interesting in like a Hyperborean game to play a lawful evil character devoted to, I don't know what deity, but then to use like my Pinhead miniature to represent my character. Just be walking around like that and be like, you know, hey, I could say
it's a little role-playing game that you may not know. It's a very, very obscure. Shadow knows it. It's called Gay Bar.
Actually, yeah, I think it's called Inferno. There is an RPG where you play demons.
In Nomine?
No, I think it's called Inferno.
Well, Nomine is the French game, and then Cult is basically the Gnosticism game where you're trying to break your way out of the Matrix.
The Cult is like Swedish or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but the setup is Gnosticism.
It's such a weird game.
As a matter of fact,
a weird game. And then I think Nomine was French.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
How do I not have a copy up here?
But here's the problem, Shadow. Pinhead is not a demon.
He's a Cenobite.
He's a Cenobite. angels.
I think I watched the first Hellraiser movie, and then I'm like,
Well, that was
had
the
no
best
interest.
one. So you did
Oh.
right.
You know what though, James? There's also the same game has a like miniature skirmish game of where each player plays opposing demonic armies.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be super interested in that. The Cenobites, they live in like this weird dimension where they judge people and torture them according to what they deserve. But the main thing is like this geometrical shape called Leviathan that shoots like black light as it hovers for no good reason above
But
everything.
you know what? The Cenobites have the best fucking PR team that has ever existed because they've convinced everybody if they can solve the lament configuration, they'll get their powers, and they always wind up just getting fucked by the Cenobites. So that is an amazing PR team, getting all these stupid occultists to think they're going to get some fucking awesome power, and instead they just get their just desserts.
That is kind of the whole thing with lament configuration. You trick people that if they solve it, they get a wish. They don't get a wish. Chains come out of it and suck them straight into that dimension where they, like Pinhead said, I have such sights to show you. Or what was his other great quote? Your suffering shall be
Your
legendary.
suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
Yeah, even in hell. But yeah, I mean, the Cenobites, they kind of are like the third option, which is not.
So when I was playing in a LARP in Vancouver, I had to make the webpage for it. So on the Ventru page, I put the soundbite of what's his name from one of the Jack Bryan movies, where he says, "I'm a politician, which means when I'm not kissing babies, I'm stealing their lollipops," and that was the one for the Ventru. The Tremere was Johnny Ringo saying, "I want your blood, I want your souls, and I want them right now." And then I had for the, I think it was for the Nosferatu, it was your suffering will be legendary even in hell. And then for the Malkavians, I just put Woody Woodpecker losing his shit. All the Malk players got so mad at me. What are we talking about? That sounds like you guys.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem would be.
Oh, well.
And then for the Bruja, gay bar.
Yeah, gay bar. Gay. That was for the gang, bro. Come on.
Like you. I'm going to take you to a gay
Well,
bar.
gentlemen,
Well,
I got to go.
I guess I will get off now.
Huh?
Yeah,
There we go. We're all getting off.
Get the freaking.
Shadow perked up. I said, we're all getting off. And Shadow went, getting off? Everybody's getting off? What?
Shadow's going to go lay down on his heat pad and rest his
Might do.
bones. Because his ghouls are away in Mexico, so he hasn't been able to feed regularly. So he's starting to degrade.
Jackie is not a ghoul.
No, he's progeny. We know.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not a ghoul, a blood doll.
No. Jackie is progeny. He's sired him. He's embraced him. Jackie will take over the clan. But the mother and the grandmother and
Yeah, those are blood dolls.
Those are the ghouls.
Yeah.
You know, since they've been gone, I haven't seen a fruit or a vegetable on my plate, and there's a pile of dishes taller than grandma.
Since they've been gone, I haven't seen a Mexican. What the fuck?
See, I literally thought all you ever ate was popcorn.
Since they've been gone. I haven't even gone to get the mail. It's been really slothful. I think I need to go to confession, but I'm not gonna because too lazy.
I need to go to confession for being lazy, but I'm too lazy to do it. Yeah,
I was going to go to confession for murder, but I killed the priest.
No, I was supposed to go to confession before Christmas, but that's not going to happen.
Why?
Because it's only on Saturday, and there is no more Saturdays before Christmas. And yesterday I couldn't freaking walk, so.
I guarantee you, I'm going to go crazy on this. You're Catholic, right? I bet if you show up at the church with $100, they'll take your confession.
Probably not even with money if you just tell them it's
Hey, it's the Catholics. They'll take the money.
Well, I mean, they'll let you throw some cash in the box, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, our church is really small, and their schedule is really tight. So I can see how, because if they're open, doing
Just a
whatever it
piece
is
of
they're
advice
doing.
there, gay man vampire. Don't use the words small and tight in the same sentence if you can avoid it. Especially if you're searching on Google. Just piece of advice here.
Well, I mean,
Hi, Shadow.
say your prayers.
It literally would be my very first confession ever. So,
Forgive me,
I-
Father, for I'm an undead walking the earth who was fed upon the innocent. Wow, that'll be
funny how I don't catch
5,000
on
Hail
fire.
Marys, 73 Hello Dollies, and a Shirley Temple, please.
Hello, nurse.
Hello,
Yeah, you'll be fine.
nurse.
Yeah, I know.
You're
And
gonna
you've
burst
got
into
plenty of
flames.
time before Christmas, since Christmas is January 7th.
Okay. On that orthodox note of nonsense, peace, love, geek.
Take
I
care,
will
Bear.
see you all later. Bye.
See you guys
Later.
Doc,
later.
hey Doc, send me the thing.
But the